Hey everyone, welcome back to another discussion. Today, I have with me the full Exodia deck. Just because I won big in the gotcha this time. Say hello, everyone. Say hi, Harvey.
Hello.
You can check out his channel. There's also Zalgus. Zalgus, respond.
Hello? What?
Say hi, jeez.
I said hello. I said hello.
Fell asleep already.
Jesus.
I think it's because I'm in. I think it's because
Wake up, dude.
I think it's because I'm in the voice settings.
Okay, dude. And Irby.
Hello.
Enthusiasm, love it. And Milk.
Hello.
Awesome. Be sure to check out Harvey and Milk's discussions for law, where stuff is actually happening. We're just going to be showing for this discussion, though. So we're going to hop right in. Hello, Gazer. And we are going to be talking about some distant content first, starting with the equips. So, this is the wrong slide, goddammit. So we are going to be starting off with the boosters that have released this past 6 months. Starting off with the Exters booster, which boosts the certificate drop rate by 10% and increases CP by 80 on arrival. This equipment can be placed on divine units as well as 1 to 2 star units and Exters. So this equipment is honestly one of the strongest in the game, or at least the most versatile in terms of its usage. You can decide to equip this on pretty much anyone because it is such a massive boost. You can bring anyone to nearly 100 CP, and everyone's charges, just having access to them is always good for no matter which unit. And I would recommend, actually, that simply because this equipment exists, that you invest twice into perk 2 for guild affiliations, which is the CP on arrival perk. Since this only gives you 80 CP on arrival, you can fill out the other 20 CP by guild affiliations. And it would be good in your best interest to make sure every guild has it, and you can dispatch anyone to Exters such that they can equip this as well. So there are some units that could benefit more than other units, however, with the starting charge. These include Amaterasu, who does have a looping charge once she has her charge going, and Future Hero, simply because he's Divine Unit, it's easy to equip on him already, and his charge is also pretty powerful. There's also Gandharva, who, with his recent evolution, lets anyone else in the team loop their CP. So these happen to be good units for you to dispatch Extras to, since other than Future Hero, I don't think Amaterasu and Gandharva can equip this. But yeah, any other charge board wiper would also be good to equip this. Besides this, there are also a few other units that have CP conditional effects that could be nice to take advantage of sooner, such as Shino with Charm. I wouldn't recommend that though because it's a bit mid. There's Gargoyle, who has extended range when he actually has 100 CP. There's Otohime, and there's Nobuharu, their variants, and then there's also Wakan Tonka's Saturday variant. You may also want to consider putting this on Oniwaka, his recent variant that actually released for this event, so that he can get his charge right away, since he does not actually have his charge on turn 1. So besides this, you may also want in the same team, not necessarily equipping this AR, Oniwaka as well as Gandharva, because Oniwaka has the ability to extend charge ranges into all range, and Gandharva can make it so that everyone's charges can loop after that first board wipe. So yeah, those are all my thoughts of the kit itself. I do think the art is nice and glossy, but other than that, I'll let you guys take it away. What do you guys think?
I think that the Gandharva agenda is ridiculous.
Shit, that was actually, we should have recommended that in the channel. That's better than a poem.
I mean,
Yeah.
did they reply yet?
Go edit that.
Yeah, you can edit that. Everyone use your gold ticket selectors on Gandharva.
Literally the most busted 4-star right now.
I hate this. But yeah, I don't think there's much to say other than what the fuck is that black hole on Castro's armpit?
Jumping straight to the artist.
Yeah, it's something, alright. What's it gonna say? Alright. Yeah, I just kind of see this AR as like another buff for Mononobe, because now he has access to like a turn 2 board wipe during auto quests if you need that. This is actually pretty good AR to pick up. I don't think anyone's gonna complain about like free CP when they arrive.
Hello?
You good, dude? Harvey?
Huh?
I mean, wasn't that the end of the sentence?
I don't know, it felt like his spirit left his body mid-sentence. I was like, what the heck?
Did the mic cut out?
Dude, the stream
Yeah,
just
I don't think anyone's gonna complain about free CP when they arrive on the board. But yeah, I don't really use this too much outside of like actually grinding certs. Unless I'm like actually slotting in, I don't know, but you know, usually his AR slot is like contested with the free brawn one. So yeah, I guess you have a bit more choice with that now.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
I haven't used it at all. But it's pretty strong, I guess. I think it could be interesting on people whose game plan is to like eventually get to their charge and then like switch to a different form. It's like old units like Astaroth start, that type of deal. You know, where like their charges serve their goal that they want to get towards. But in the end, I mean, I guess you could just put it on like Elder Solomon and Masakato and pop off your nukes already.
I guess we're
It's too
starting
early
the
in the
discussion
stream
with
for
these
that.
two units. Oh my goodness. We're gonna reject that later. There is no such thing as Masakato or Elder Solomonus in Basingse.
Yeah, we only care about using this AR on Amaterasu so she can get her CS very quickly.
It's very
So
important.
she can start doing that dumb
That would
strat.
actually be good if Gandharva didn't exist. Jesus Christ.
How do you
Okay.
pronounce the unit's name? This toothpaste dragon rock guy? Anglemois? Angle
Yeah.
Moss?
Anglemois.
Is it French or something?
Mama.
Anglemois.
Yeah. I guess he's kind of like that deal where you kind of want to do the looping CS as well. So maybe that might be okay. I mean, he already has that thing,
He
that
already,
first 2 turns. But
yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
need to charge that early, so he's good.
yeah.
Wait, Aura, what's this bear option on your poll?
There is no Tanuki option, and I don't know what's called.
You could have
Tasaburo
done
vaguely looks like a
Yeah,
bear.
where's the raccoon?
Are they a raccoon? I don't know.
They're a raccoon dog. Is that what a Tanuki is?
They don't even look like a Tanuki. They look like a bear to me. What the heck?
What?
With long whiskers.
Okay.
The bear is Tasaburo.
Okay.
Pick the bear if it's, you know, just
Okay. You're on crack. This is unforgivable.
all right,
He
Mr.
needs
Bear.
to observe the Tanuki balls.
Let's move on. I
There
think
is-
we've talked about this. No comments on the art then? Should I just move on?
I think the art's I think it's cute enough, but the Castro's body, that body of his is insane.
Yeah, it's not really that great when it's has that pose. Otherwise, it's
Especially-
actually pretty drawn well.
I wish a sticker would have covered it up, but
Yeah,
it
it's
is
just
what it is.
moving down.
It's so close. It could have been just a little bit further down, so we can pretend it's not there.
Let's move on. I feel like we're obsessing over something that gets grosser and grosser the more you think about it. So the more recent booster equip that released was actually a seed booster. The final one that we'll probably receive, because that would make 6 in total. So the Public Security Foreign Affairs Division seed booster is one that can be equipped on slash units and blow units, 1 and 2 stars, as well as the new affiliation they created just for this equipment for some reason. Which I think it's like these 2 units and maybe Masakato, I don't know. But yeah, what's called? Besides that, the effect is actually quite nice. It's Vigor to self and allies adjacent on phase start. So, for your equipped targets for this AR, you'll want to place this on units that already do local amp, such as Kiyoma's common card, who does attack up to adjacent units, or Chinglong's common card, who does concentration to adjacent units, or Anvari's 4-star, who does crit. And you can see I'm being selective here with boosters, because if you're going to be boosting things with C boosters, you might as well boost other things as well, like party XP. But yeah, with this equipment, you can now in total bring 6 C boosters to battle, which will be useful for the Chapter 13 HP and attack seed farm if you decide to do that. But for the exact stats to get an idea of what you're getting with that, you'll be guaranteed 2 out of the 3 stat seeds, so that's 20 stat seeds in total for HP or attack. And then you'll get an 83% chance to receive the other one. So you'll be getting about 28.3 stat seeds per battle. This is the highest source of total stat plus in the game right now, even higher than what you can get in Chapter 14. So consider that. That's like the small bonus you can do. The flip side is, if you're actually deciding to bring all the C boosters, this doesn't necessarily mean you cannot be pulling party XP anymore. So that sucks. But it also means if you actually decide to commit to that for whatever reason, you might as well just build a strong auto team that doesn't need to be restricted by mentors. But yeah, with this equipment, you are not just pretty much every single major or important damage boost is now available on booster equips. You can get limit either from the Summoner's token booster or the Fire Department Anniversary Certificate booster. You can get concentration from the Game Master Seal booster. You can get Ardor from what's called the Fire Department Seed booster. You can get Vigor from this one. You can get Attack Up from the Warmonger's Ally Point booster. Brawn from the Shinjuku Academy card EXP booster. Crit from the Masashi 8 Dog Warriors Seal booster. And you can mix match all of these things such that you don't really need like a dedicated damage booster anymore with all of these damage amp options. Just mix and match them, and you can really do a lot of damage without having to pull for something like Amducius or whatever. So yeah, those are all my thoughts. I'm not going to comment on the art because I have no thoughts on it.
I mean, I think it looks good. But I do think it's a bit sad that it's so restricted in terms of who can equip it. For like the purposes, like the previous AR had the Exters on it, but you can't move people between affiliations, so this is less flexible in that sense. But it's still good, so it's fine. You just slap it on a lucky cat in the back.
True.
Feels bad, but I might actually have to skip this AR entirely.
Seriously? Are you that low in resources, or?
I don't farm seeds like ever. I don't care about the effect particularly, and the equipment restrictions are quite annoying in my opinion.
Your collection.
Masanori does look good though. I will say that, and I'm glad that he got the icon. It's probably the best he's looked in a while.
I think it should have been his ID on the icon.
Okay, if anyone has...
Yeah, now that we have sparking in the game, I think I'd rather just use all my resources on tickets than ARs that I won't ever use.
Yeah, I've been on that train for a very long time.
But what if you do end up needing it?
I will not need to farm seeds or guild certificates.
Yeah, have you seen like the direction of these new drop quests, like seeds are fucking gone now. They don't exist anymore in the game.
I'll go back to Overlord or whoever the last quest was.
You don't even get
It's
like
all-
a guaranteed seed drop. It's awful, or not guaranteed. Like all 3 of them. It's awful.
I mean, they might release a new seed farm feature. Whatever, man. I'm tired of convincing you guys about how peak this is. Everyone should get these, but you see that's not necessarily a universal opinion.
These are good for memes when you need that one buff that your unit does not have, and then you can just get bigger. There you go.
This is true.
Well, I still got it for collection. I don't see why not.
For that.
Same.
Yeah, you guys are saying, oh, I'm not going to use this equip, so I might as well get tickets. Like, you're not even going to use the units either. Like, seriously, calm down.
Hey, they might, but also it gives you dopamine.
Uh-huh.
True. It lets pull more.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. By the way, if you don't have any comments on equips or any other topics, you are free to say no comment. So we'll be moving on to the gacha equips now. Speaking of which. But I guess I'll just read up the chat real quickly. Yo, Gazer and John Rivera, welcome. Oh no, I had already forgotten about this art. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to talk about the Exters booster last time. And hey, Azinu, and I saw your comment, Carney. We were talking about what's called the 4-star redeeming thing because someone asked in Samacord. So let's go ahead and jump right into the gacha equips that were released for this batch. This one, as well as the next 4 stars, are going to be covered by Zalgus. Go right ahead when you're ready.
Hello. Alp will never be ballin'. So this AR, not starting off strong, this AR is useless. It only gives acceleration on face start at a completely useless rate of 20%. If you, for some reason, wanted acceleration for strengthening or something, the base rate makes it useless. Like, that's not going to help. Also, acceleration only lasts 1 turn, so acceleration is generally something that... Or is it 2 turns? Well, it is short, so you generally want it... You generally want it, like, on a repeated trigger, not face start, so... and even if you wanted acceleration, there's millions of other ways to get it, and anyone who actually has acceleration strengthening has it baked into their kit already, except, like, I guess... Summer Gangly, who has it on his CS or something, but
You can't.
I mean, he can't equip it anyway. Yeah, so yeah, this AR is pretty useless. Who cares about the 0.8 defensive multiplier? We're well past that mattering. So effects suck. Art-wise, though, it's drawn very nicely. Alp and Kershaw are really on model. Apparently, this guy, who was his name, Shishimi, he hasn't drawn a unit before, but this AR is very nicely drawn, so props to them. Alp will never be balling.
We love artists who are able to keep their original proportions in place. You don't have too much comments
Also-
on this. Just do not use
Also,
it.
I was misled by the angle of this shot, and I thought Alp was wearing a skirt.
I mean, he always wears that belt hoodie thing.
It's a hoodie tied around his waist, but it's his shirt, much like Iron Arnold.
I mean, he could
Yeah.
be just honoring his Scottish heritage. You never know.
Dog shit AR, but good art. So I guess that's the most we can ask for nowadays.
Yeah, the art's good. I think the only thing that threw me off was realizing that Kershaw has weird ass shoes that show off his toes.
Yeah,
Wow.
you can already kind of see a bit of it, but we haven't seen like his heel. So seeing his heels here does look kind of weird, honestly.
Oh my god, I hate it. I just said that, now I looked at it, and now I regret seeing it.
Yeah, they're like
Really,
shoes
that's
that
very
are
much
like
on my mind.
they're like shoes that are missing the end of it, so his front paw pads or whatever can show up. I don't even know if you'd call that paw pads at that point.
Kirby's still on his anti-fuckboy agenda.
True. Very true. But no, The AR looks like it looks really well, like everyone said. Like it looks, both of them look on model, so that's usually not how it goes with ARs. Usually they go by the style of the artist. So, but this one managed to replicate it pretty well.
Yeah, it almost
For
kind of
both
makes you
units.
wish they would just hire only people who can draw everyone on model for ARs. But, you know.
I think there's like certain charm to having them see characters drawn by different people, and they look a little different.
Like,
How else
Pablo
would have-
with this hyper-realistic horse.
How else would have we gotten Tangaroa Moai name?
How else will we get cursed memes? True. All right.
Exactly.
All right, let's get out of this restart. So the next topic is gonna be Hati and Maria.
It's still me. So Maria is only allowed to get good AR art, which I mean, we enjoy that. This AR is also useless. The phase star heal starts at a bad rate of 50%, and it's not even a useful heal because it's 450, which is like just a bit over regeneration. Ignoring that the game's difficulty is already broken in half, I cannot see a practical situation where 450 HP is going to make the difference. If you're actually stuck in that situation where that tiny heal helped you, you could really have made a better strategy, even ignoring just, you know, throw the nukes at it. So heal's useless. The one hit decreased HP to attackers it's a small amount at 250 and has an even worse rate. If it were actually a decent base trigger rate, then maybe you might use it.
No.
Ignoring that,
No, if it was guaranteed, no.
Face.
You would not use this if it was guaranteed.
It's not enough damage to be relevant. Enemy phase units are also not really as relevant. I mean, even if they are there, like, yeah. But yeah, the base skill rate, like, completely ruins everything. Anyway, art. It's very nice. Maria is looking a lot more like an anime shoujo character than usual. Probably because her eyes are like, I think her eyes are like kind of proportioned differently, and I think they're bigger than usual.
This AR makes it look like it's kind of some sort of anime opening. That's like a shot taken out of an anime opening.
It's giving Nightcore thumbnail during like the 2008s.
A bit.
Nightcore's. Every time I saw Nightcore back then, it was always just stupid. Like, here's this thing, but played really fast and gobbled. It's like terrible.
Yeah, it's slightly pitched up too. It's awesome. It's peak.
Yeah. Anyway, the thorns framing it are cool because it seems to appear in a lot of her art, and the rose petal's cool too. Also, Hati's there, but who cares? His shoes look kind of weird for some reason. I looked at them and I was like, why is he wearing like?
Oh my god, those are
shoes?
gigantic shoes.
Yeah, in his base art, he's actually wearing like sneakers, but these things he's wearing doesn't look like sneakers. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a shame he's the AR icon because I think Maria looks prettier. Unfortunately, the icon's broken there, but otherwise, yeah, the lighting is very nice in this. So, very, very good art. Even if Hati's not quite on model, but who cares?
I think Hati looks better in this current model, so I don't care if he's off model.
Yeah, true. This person also has not done any units.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel like this artist has a more like classic or like older feel Japanese art style. Maria has that white aura around her. She looks like she's gonna appear in a fighting game.
Select your
Like an
character.
old- Yeah.
New fighter. But is it just me? I don't know. Are the ARs, the 3 and 4 star ARs, getting worse and worse? Like, I feel like
They are. They're
These
making
effects-
No,
the old
they
equips
are
like,
getting even worse.
they're making the
than
old
they
equips
were
like,
already.
ooh, you want the old like vintage ones because they're higher quality. We're gonna keep on releasing dog shit to make to remind you 3 and 4 stars will never be useful, except
This
for the
will
really
never
old
be
ones.
used.
Yeah.
And this is a
I don't know.
4 star.
This is
Usually
fucking
4 stars are
terrible.
something.
These effects are fucking terrible for a 4-star AR.
This would be bad even for a 3-star one.
Like, even if you max it out, it does nothing. It doesn't do anything when you max it out. It's just 60% for 500 HP flat damage.
Wow, wait.
There's no way that they... I don't know. Yeah.
You mean my face now CP back?
The true use for these ARs is to look pretty on your title screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually have
pretty
my
much.
title screen right now. It's quite good with a lot of edgy music.
Battle.ogg, first of all.
No, I'm using it with the chapter 17 part 1 theme. Anyway, thank you for uploading that, Milk. Let's move on. We're seriously talking too much about shit ARs. Let's not dilly-dally.
Hey, that art is nice.
It is. Not
They traded their effects for the best art.
the art tax, as they say. So,
Yes.
next equip.
This is also me.
Tanngrisnir Enigma.
Yes. Hey, this is me, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm just reading the name so that you can actually pronounce it properly.
Goat. So this AR is it's slightly better, I guess. So this AR's effect might actually derive some use if you're kind of reaching. On move, increase recovery, but only to self. The base rate is at 40, so it's not particularly reliable. The effect itself is decently common these days. There's a decent amount of units who just kind of hand out increased recovery, even stuff like Cinderella, who spits it out constantly. But if you find yourself wanting it on someone who doesn't, or if you find yourself wanting it but don't have someone who can provide it, then I guess this can work. The CP effect is useless because the base rate is way too low. I do find it funny though that this AR is actually it's almost completely strictly worse than another AR, which provides the same increased recovery effect but in a better range. That AR is the Choji Ryota 4-star AR. You can find out whichever one because there are multiple of those. That also provides a 40 to 80% increased recovery on move, but instead of to self, it's to self and ally in front. So that one's actually better in terms of that. They're both equipable by wood and ether, but the difference is that this one is equipable by null, and the other one is fire. Incidentally, this AR being null means that everyone's favourite game ruiner, Elder Salmonus, can actually equip this. If you, for some reason, think that you need even more healing for himself, then you can increase his 5% CS heals to 7.5%. If you want overkill for some reason. You really don't need that, but it's there. Anyway, art. I think it's nicely drawn once again. They both look quite nice, and I think they're on model. I mean, Enigma's of course on model because it's drawn by Enigma's artist. I think Tang is a bit rounder than usual. I think his snout is normally a bit blockier, but I think it's fine. And yeah, so it paid less of the art tags because the effect is actually slightly more usable. There you go.
I mean, you know, the art's drawn nice. It's just boring. Not really. It's like
It
it's
looks
really
very flat.
it's pedestrian. It's very domestic. It's boring.
Ara
it is,
hates
like-
slice of loaf and cooking anime.
That is correct. That is correct.
I wouldn't
The
mind
best
it.
part about
but,
this
like,
AR is that there's 2 plushies in the background that look around.
Oh yeah, they are.
Creepy.
And best psychopaths. Everyone loves Eel. I do
it.
think what's it called? What was I thinking about this? Why is it equipable on null? Did the artist not, or whoever designed
Because
it, forget what Enigma was?
Enigma balls is null, isn't he?
He's another.
Or
He's
No,
another-
he's all right. He's never.
Ow.
No, I think I thought you were talking about the other Enigma.
This is regular Enigma. He's Nether. And then Enigma Oriole is all around. Like, what are you guys talking about?
oh, he is Nova.
Yeah.
Everyone collectively just forgot he's Nether. Jesus.
No one uses Enigma, okay?
That's my
Um,
only
With
comment.
null, you would have seen a lot of them in the null slots for people.
Yeah. Oh, I only saw Quantums.
I'm gonna say, alright. It is kind of funny that this is just like a strictly worse version of another AR, and like even if when you look at like the AR's other effects, it's protection, and which is like arguably more useful than CP drain at 20% rate.
Well,
I don't know what they were thinking with this, to be honest.
I guess the main point is that when you cut down more units now, you might want to put this on some selfish heal tanks that weren't available before, like Fushiro
It's only
and
null
Lucius,
that's
or-
the difference.
Equip it on Quantum, I don't know. Very important.
Does she even take damage?
Sometimes. Allegedly.
Every other
Yeah,
turn,
I
supposedly,
guess.
or something.
Yeah, she has that damage reversal thing on like even turns, or was it odd turns?
It's odd turns, I believe.
Yeah. So even in that case, it doesn't matter. You're not taking damage anyways.
Anyway, Tanngrisnir's shirt, sweatshirt or whatever, looks awful. There you go.
Does it? Well, I think it would be awful for cooking, because like you do not want to wear something like that, and you don't want to be wearing long sleeves while cooking. So why are they both wearing long sleeves?
And it's on
Tanngrisnir
fur
will
too.
be wearing the least appropriate clothing, and he'll still be making his stew. It's like literally his entire character, so it's whatever.
Enigma has really big yummy hands, God.
That's just
Yeah,
consistent.
I guess
with
this
it.
AR is fine for the people who ship Tan and Enigma for some reason. Like I
Are
guess,
there people that do that?
I guess it might have happened for that one summer event where they both got variants.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was like,
um,
what do these
yeah.
guys have in common? And I was like, oh yeah, they had an event together.
Yeah, I guess that's shipping fuel for those weirdos.
Let's just get out of here. Did you have any? Did you want to read the chat, Zalgus?
Hello, Samuel Hernandez. Raccoon. Damn, free pause. Oh, on what's his face, Kershaw. Getting ahead of the schedule, but loving that Chua Shen demonstration that's taking forever to end.
He's seeing the
Right.
future. He's manifesting it.
Yes.
Such a good
Hati
character.
honestly looks pretty cool here. Hati cool, pretty rare. Tan surprisingly weighs over 100 kilograms. I don't know about the weights in this game. It's like some people just weigh like ridiculous amounts. So
Pretty
Yeah.
much too. Okay, let's move on to still not quite as interesting topics, but maybe a bit more useful at least. We're going to be talking about the 5-star equips of this Gacha batch. This will be covered by Irby, starting with Sanat, Kumara, Beowulf.
Okay. This AR might, or probably will, have some use if you really need to pull in enemies by one square. So this AR basically has an effect which is they start, it pulls all enemies towards you by one square, the entire enemy board by one square. So this is really useful for slash and long slash and units with very short range that can't reach. Having access to this kind of effect. Unfortunately, most units that have this range that are released nowadays or get skill evolutions nowadays already come with some sort of effect like this. But it's always nice to have for those that don't. This is also 100%. So even if you only have one copy, it's going to be guaranteed to pull the entire board towards you. And it also has another effect, which could have been good if the rates were could have been guaranteed, at least. So to have that little thing, it's before hitting, it applies vigor to self at 40%. Unfortunately, if you only have one copy, it's only going to be vigor level 1, so that's not going to be very useful. And but this also means that it'll only be 80% at max, but it's before hitting, so you might be able to get a few procs in before you finally attack. So that can be nice. The restriction are the units on the banner: Sanat, Kumara, and Beowulf. Low magic, suspiciously, mostly because Sanat Kumara is magic on his base on his base 5-star unit, and long slash. Unfortunately, slash units cannot equip this, which is a shame. But at least the long slash units managed to be able to use this. So this AR is mostly useful, as I said before, for long slash units and low range units alike. Beowulf, for instance, would probably benefit from this AR a little bit if you're crazy enough to use him. And the blow range units as well. But we're not going to talk about those right now. The art, I don't really care much for any of these characters, so I don't really have much to say. It's just them both practically naked and staring off against each other. Who cares? But yeah, this AR does have practical use, so if you manage to get it while it was still on Raid Hub, or eventually get it, since it's not actually limited, you might find some use to it in a few challenge quests, or in some quests where you're not using resource boosters, which is kind of hard to find, but maybe we will find some of those one of these days.
Coping is a national pastime here in the Summercore crew. We all love to.
Yes. Yeah, those are my thoughts on it.
Yeah. It's really just two slabs of meat facing off against each other as the art. It's a good effect, but it's not unique, so you might have another equip that does this exact same thing. It's not really pressing to get this if you have one ready. I don't have one, but even then, I'm still not that pressed to get it. So, board wipe pull is neat, not really important if you're wiping everyone though. And it's good on any long slash unit, which thankfully it can be equipped on any long slash unit, so there you go.
I don't know why, but the first unit I thought of for this was like Ameno Uzume, because she's long slash, but she can only pull in 3x3 units. That actually annoyed me one time I was using her, so she can use it.
True.
Those muscles are very off-putting. I can tell it has the stench of Bomb Bomb.
I was actually kind of surprised Bomb Bomb drew this, to be honest. Or well, like,
he drew this.
has
I didn't
Bomb
even
Bomb plus LW, because the way the coloring is like very different from his usual style. So that plus LW is probably like pulling a lot of work.
The faces also really look like so.
I don't
know how much Bomb actually contributed to this, to be honest. Maybe the background. Yeah. I don't know.
It doesn't have his like the usual like corded muscles, to be honest, either. Like
the muscles
like actual snakes on the body.
Muscles look a little bit too detailed.
Actually, I do kind of like the background for this AR, with like the slightly warped perspective. But yeah.
I guess the cool thing about this AR is that it's the first time a Gamma character has been featured in an AR, I believe.
Yeah, but why did it have to be him?
Ophion art soon.
Why?
I don't know. Exciting.
I guess it means that his characters aren't blacklisted anymore from being in art. I remember when like Halloween Sandayu came out and like what was it? Gyobu didn't get in like as a cameo for like a plushie or anything. It was just like a leaf, I think, or some stupid shit.
Yeah. I remember that.
I thought it was like some pattern on his like hammer or something stupid like that. Let me see. Well, I don't even remember where that thing is supposed to pop up.
Like playing Where's Waldo with Yama characters.
Oh,
go.
maybe it's
Uh, But yeah, I do like the background a lot too. I just noticed it now that you pointed out. Is this like the inside the Gimli or something? The Tower of Babel's arena? It's like they're fighting on ice floes or something. By
it's supposed to be Ikebukuro
Is
Berserkers. But
it?
it's like
do they just have this there?
that's I was like, what event is this? Is this like, the water fighting in Summer Pool Twilight? But then I was like, no, that's at night, and this isn't during the day. So I actually did translate that like description right now, and it says Ikebukuro Sunshine Coliseum, and I was like, sure, I guess.
That never happened. I'm calling
Yeah.
bullshit.
It's okay. Don't worry. Ikebukuro finds a way into everything for some reason. Those damn berserkers. They're everywhere.
Let's just go with it. Okay, I think we're
Let's
good
go.
with this, so wait, were there any other thoughts? Sorry.
No, were they?
No? Okay, let's move on.
Did we say it was like the Shiva Jugo A already? That already had the pull?
Yeah, board wipe. Those are like at least 3 or 4 board wipe ones. So if you have one of them, you don't really.
Oh.
Shiva Jugo is definitely one of them. I do remember the Seth Yuma one didn't start with 100%, which is stupid. So definitely
Oh yeah,
aim for
yeah.
one that has 100%. Okay, moving on. The next 5-star.
The other
Gunzo
5-star
Aegir.
AR. Okay, this AR is also can also be pretty useful under certain circumstances. It basically has two effects. The most notable effect is when appearing, it grants a buff that makes the unit that has it equipped immune to skill stealing effects. So this might be useful against fights where enemies have like when being hit apply skill lock, like for instance like the Entertainer's quest or some shit, Entertainer's Blossom quest or whatever it is, or
Yeah,
even
that would be,
some challenge
Loki.
quest where that happens. Yeah, and the other effect is after you're buffed, he restores 5% of max HP to self and allies at a 25% rate. This is deceptively pretty good, even though it starts at 25% rate. This will attempt to trigger by every buff it's applied, and not only is the heal to self, it's also to allies directly adjacent. So, but the good thing is that it's actually a percentage of health and not actually just a flat amount. So this might actually have some use in case you're doing some really risky strategy with using some very high HP values or some shit. It might be pretty useful for defensive strategies, or in case we get a good one. The units that can equip this are Shot, Magic, and Long Slash, which, to be honest, they're probably the units that you're going to be using the most, outside of the ones that are like board wipers and then charge very quickly or have some sort of weapon change. So it fits pretty well with anyone that applies those one-turn buffs like protection and tenacity to self, etc., so they can keep proccing this after buff effect to keep healing themselves and their allies. I think Gunzo has like the evasion or some shit on his first variant, and on the second variant he has like protection and something like that. So he not a good example, since I don't think anyone's going to be using these units outside of maybe Milk. I don't know if Milk still uses Gunzo for the memes, but
I don't have this AR, so it doesn't matter.
what?
Oh, darn.
You did. No, but yeah, it might be pretty useful for survival quests, especially the most important effect is really the skill disabling statuses. But if you can take advantage, I feel like it's pretty easy to take advantage of that after buff 5% max HP heal. I think it's pretty good. I think it's arguably the better AR effect of this batch. But that's not saying much because it's just that's not saying much. Yeah, the art I don't know what's going on with the art. I think the foam soap looks pretty weird, but whatever. Who cares? People are just here to see titties and skin, so there you go.
Most
Something
normal
about Gunzo's face.
behavior.
What?
This Fafnir Skiva was crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say. This equip, as Harvey's suggesting, is good with anyone who refreshes buffs. Like
Oh my god, Demiurge!
Not only that, but
he
you
can't
know,
equip this.
since the status is removable, it means Fafnir can also
Yes.
spread it around.
Yeah, so Fafnir works exceptionally well, but you can also put this on Krampus, so the Zhangqi variant, as well as Kern. So there are 3 units in total that equip this that refresh buffs, which is quite nice. As Irby said, the ranges worked out quite well for the effects.
That is really nice for... It just gives him permanent resistance to skill lock, doesn't it? Fafnir, that is. Not Demiurge.
Yeah, and
I'd forgotten that he was Frost, so it's very funny that you reminded me. And once again, showing that he is the inferior dragon to the guy who isn't a dragon.
Alright,
it's particularly better on Fafnir than anyone else because he also makes your team immune to skill lock.
not even noticed that it was not an irremovable buff. Good point.
I didn't
do-
either.
I didn't either, so that is actually makes it way better.
That's funny.
Unfortunately, I actually forgot to pull for any of the ARs on this because I completely forgot that this banner was out, and by the end I was like, oh wait, I didn't do any pulls. It was like, this would have been nice to have 5 memes, but I was going to make a joke about using this on Elder Salomonis, but he doesn't actually give himself that many buffs, so he doesn't get to do that.
It's still good on him because the skill lock prevention is like one of the only things that like shuts him down.
Oh, and
And,
that
like-
gives him plenty of time to get him up and running then.
Yeah.
3
Like
turns.
that's like literally one of the only ways like a quest is gonna like shut that character down, and then you
Yeah.
just conveniently have an AR that
It's pretty much
Yeah,
the
prevents
only
that.
counter for most of these buff refreshing ones. So, not just Fafnir, it's good for everyone that can do it. But Fafnir especially. I mean, I kind of have a problem with sharing buffs with Fafnir since he only shares 3 at a time in most turns. It's a bit fussy in my opinion.
Who else does this buff refresh besides Fafnir and Krampus? And
Kern.
not Demiurge?
Kern.
Kern.
Correct.
like baby Balor.
Oh yeah, that's every 2 turns though. That's so awkward. I guess you could refresh that though. Let's move on. Thank you so much, Ari, for covering this. Could you read out the chat?
There is chat.
Can you
Oh, no.
read out the fiery chat?
Got this one instead of the Gunzo Aegir. F. And suddenly, gay bait. Beowulf and Kumara look so damn delicious in fundoshis and showing off their muscles. There's bomb everywhere in this art, even in the credits. Their builds bothers me a bit. Beowulf in particularly looks a lot taller than in his base art. 80% vigor on a 5-star max copy is wild though. What are we expecting?
You can
be
just
fair, it's
redeem the
before
C
hitting.
booster. You can just redeem the C booster if you need Vigor. Like, come on, it's right there.
That as well, yes, but hey, everyone hearing the new title music, smiling emoji. But the pull enemy for an AR is okay. They got Gomtang plus Gunzo plus Aegir to make surefire on paper AR people with pull 4. Too bad it's an AR, so we will never know if it actually made anything. I still don't know why they put these types of chances on 5-star ARs, considering they need copies to make it have a better chance to trigger. I think the triggers were pretty alright, to be honest. Like, the only bad thing about these 2 5-stars is the level 1 vigor. Like, even 40% vigor, it's before hitting, so assuming you have this on a long slash unit, it's most likely going to proc.
Yeah,
50,
I mean,
50. What were you going to say?
the reality for gacha equips is they're generally not going to be useful, except for the ones that have 100% chances, like, you know, this resistance one or the board pulling one. Which is why that's kind of another adjacent reason why I would recommend pulling all, or rather redeeming all the booster equips from Unbright Shop, because they're actually full effect, usually guaranteed. And, you know, a far cry from the 90% stop we get from gacha, the equip gacha.
50% after buff healing, why? After buff effects usually aren't that big on rates most of the times. So since they can trigger multiple times, maybe it works for MQ Gunzo. Yeah, Big Sal can equip it though, but he already heals quite an amount when hitting. Big Sal heals and tanks like a boss. He doesn't need the AR anyways. We're not going to talk about the chapter 17 units. Please.
It was all a dream.
Otherwise, we're going to keep saying not worth it to everything, literally. Also prevent skill lock, which you might need.
Alright, thank you, Irby.
And there we go.
Now we are finally going to be moving on to the units. Not really, we're talking about the evolutions. Units, but not the new units. So we're going to be talking about Fenrir first. Zalgus, go ahead.
Okay, so Fenrir, poor Fenrir. Fenrir has been useless for most of his life. At most, he was maybe okay very, very early on because he had bind on counter, but no one knew how to play the game back then. And by the time that people actually started getting an idea of how to play, Fenrir was already kind of useless because just better units had released eyes in the moment. I mean, even in base game, there was like people like Toji, so you know. So yeah, Fenrir's never really had a place. He had gotten a single skill evo for Devourer of the Worlds, and that was back in the era where 3-stars were still getting evos. It was not very good. Also, who's getting like background noise?
Probably Milk.
No, I think it's you actually.
I can hear the background noise too. Jeez.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, I'll mute.
Okay, thank you. So now Fenrir has 2 whole skill evos all to himself, and they're actually pretty good. So first of all, his bind got a big upscale. It went from a 50% rate, which sucked, to 80%, and is now actually a spread to adjacent enemies when he gets hit. It also has stigma for some damage at the same rate and spread. It's actually on like the same trigger. And he got this cool ability where when he gets hit at 50% rate, he gets a skill that gives him the skill Awakening on turn start. We haven't got Awakening very much, so I wouldn't be surprised if you've got what it does, but if you have, Awakening is a 1-turn buff, which is a 2.4 times damage amp, a 0.45 times defense amp, and a 200% skill rate activation boost, so basically guaranteeing your entire kit. So this is a nice all-around boost to his tankiness and a bit of damage, but more importantly is the skill activation rate, of course, which I'll get onto in a moment. This skill, or this Awakening turn start buff lasts for 3 turns, but since it's when you're being hit, it effectively you'll only get 2 turns out of it. so make them count. So on his other skill, he got a slight increase to vigor. Sure, he'll basically always get that probably. That means 80% rate, so it's technically not guaranteeable without his awakening. But defense-wise, he got a number of new skills. He got a guts before being attacked. The base rate is 50%, which is all right. But the real big defensive buff is damage reversal before being attacked at a huge 2% rate. The Guts gives Fenrir a decent chance to survive, like I said, before his Awakening gets going, which is good for turn 1, because he can't possibly have Awakening on turn 1. But his damage reversal is the ultimate in defense, because it makes him completely invulnerable outside of healing reversal, I think. Does healing reversal work on this?
I don't think so, no. But it's still vulnerable to remove buff, so...
Yeah, it could be removed, so... So healing reversal doesn't work, which is a shame. I think that would be funny. But since it's before being attacked, apply damage reversal, it also makes it so that attack also can't kill him. At a rate of 2%, it's obviously almost never going to trigger, though if it did, that would actually be quite nice. You can buff it up with glint, concentration, seeds, etc., and you can probably get something like a 32 to 42% rate, so that would be cool. That's actually something you can expect to see trigger sometimes. Or you could just use higher buffers like Smoky Gold or whatever and get it going earlier. But obviously, the way it's supposed to work is that you're supposed to use Awakening to trigger it. But on the off chance it does trigger outside of Awakening turns, that's nice too. When he has Awakening, it becomes 100%, so he effectively becomes invincible while he has Awakening, as long as it doesn't get removed. Although, if it gets removed and he's still being attacked and he still has Awakening, then he's just going to reapply it, so he becomes very hard to kill while he has Awakening. He also has weakness on thrust range on move phase end. This has a 0% trigger rate, which is a bit weird, that like damage reversal got 2%, but this gets 0%, but anyway, unlike damage reversal, no cheeky chance to trigger it, but it's not that important, but it assists in his personal damage, which is a lot better now. With Weakness, Vigor, and Awakening, he deals 33.4k damage, which is quite nice, and Stigma makes that 76.9k, so that's probably around about what you hit. Unfortunately, thrust range is not that great, but, I mean, he's probably going to be, like, up front, tanking in range, so having him actually be able to kill things is nice. Fenrir, he went from being a bottom-of-the-barrel tank and disabler to a pretty reliable disabler, but also a potentially completely invulnerable tank, at least until Awakening wears off, and then there's... He will always have lull periods, unless he gets lucky with damage reversal, where, like, assuming you get Awakening on turn 1, for turn 2 and 3 he'll be invulnerable because he'll have Awakening, but then on turn 4 it will fall off, and then you have to wait for the enemy to hit you again. And then on turn 5, you can get it back up. So there are always gaps for Fenrir, unlike many of the modern, like, stupid tanks. But Fenrir definitely does put in a good show. Like, just at base rate, it's just 50% chance that he's going to be invulnerable for the next 2 turns, which is nice. This does, however, make it so that on turn 1, he has quite a lot of risk, so you're going to need to plan around that by either giving him some defensive assistance, like defensive buffs, or just activating his damage reversal through rate ups or something like that. I was actually thinking what ARs he could equip to buff that up, but unfortunately he can't equip the ones that give rate up, I think. Like, unique rate up. The one that jumped to mind was the Gabriel Nomad one, but that doesn't include water or thrust, so a shame. But there are plenty of units nowadays who spit out skill rate ups. Smoky God, Shisa, I guess Ophion. But yeah, also he has protection to allies in a slash range behind him, so he's got some nice team, or he's got team defenses besides his debuff, so that's nice too. So all in all, I'd say it's a pretty good Evo. They took what was basically a non-functional unit. Okay, well, maybe that's a bit mean. A very mediocre unit, and gave him a perfectly usable kit.
Yeah, thank you for that, Zalgus. It's a good overall kit. In terms of solo strength, it has some pretty decent supportive abilities for the rest of his team. But what's it called? You know, the big meme potential with him is him kind of just soloing stuff, disabling everyone and being able to tank everything. And you just need to roll 50% every like 4th turn, to be honest. Because he'll be immune for 2 turns, and then he has like guaranteed cuts for the 3rd turn. So it's very silly how long he can survive for. It's quite nice.
This is actually one of the more fun Skivood units to play around. He just like has a hard time like dying in general, since he has like double coin flips for protection, the guts, and also the awakening. If either of them pop, he's probably not going to die that turn, which is quite nice. And both of those skill rates can actually be lifted through other skill activation rate boosting effects, like when concentration, as you've said.
Yeah,
I just wish his charge was like a little more useful.
CS Evo.
Like one of those units that could actually benefit from a CS Evo. It doesn't do anything when it goes off. It's just
gives him prayer.
He heals.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
He heals when he's already probably full health from damage reversal.
Not always though. Yeah.
Who does Fenrir like? It's only Kenta. Dropped.
Okay.
Awesome.
But yeah, use him for survival challenges, I guess. I mean, you could use him for other quests too, but honestly, his gimmick is it's strong, but it's not really intended for fast clearing. So just survive with it. Maybe do a big disable meme by having Gotch on board or something, but otherwise, not exactly a team player for the most, even though he has a team effect.
There are ARs which give concentration or glint on move that he can use, because that would actually be useful if you're trying to have him just like tank through everything.
There's a few that give it when they're hit, I'm pretty sure. Not that I know if they can equip or not. And remember, guys, if you have no comment on him, like saying no comment is fine too. But
I think everyone should get a really loud buzzer.
There is no comment. Fenrir needed an entire new kit, and he got kind of an entire new kit.
Thank
So
you.
that
Harvey.
was pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yes, it's fine.
it's a good Skivo. Honestly, they kind of do pretty well with like Skivos now, like on Harvey, or at least when they want to be good with people's Skivos. I don't know. I kind of feel like sometimes I compare like the recent event units we get when we have like Gone Harva, you know, and it's like big shocker. I mean, you have to wait like 8 or 9 years, but they're there now.
Gandharva getting an
Yeah.
amazing kit before he gets actual relevance in the Story Slayers.
Honestly, I feel like it's just their way of saying he's never going to be relevant again, so might as well make him broken.
Maybe.
I just checked all the skill rate boosting ARs, and the only thing he can equip is the shoots in AR. That's like phase start concentration.
Yeah, I'm not
So,
seeing
yeah.
any here. Lame.
Yeah, none of them are refreshable ones, unfortunately. Unlucky.
Just slap on Ophion, which we'll get to eventually, but yeah, pretty much just do that.
Oh,
Just a skill seed and a guild affiliation.
Guild affiliation berserkers.
True. Okay, I think we're good with Fenrir, so you can read
Oh
out the
wait,
map.
no, he's in the beast tenors. Never mind. I don't know why I said berserkers.
You want to read up the chat, buddy?
Betty. Betty who? Betty Proper.
Betty Boop.
Let's see. Oh, Betty who? Let's see. Fenrir got a skill evo. Oh wow, yeah, it's very good. Woof. Did they talk about the Tanuki fellow yet? No, we did not. That will come maybe like through
It's
three
the first
topics
topic after
time?
the evolutions, so soon.
Okay, Okay, so 2 topics after this. Well, 3, I guess. Everybody waiting for the small, fat, and soft-looking Tanuki guy. Yes. The sad face. Is their problem. And the stupid fucking dragon cucker that I hate. Pink bear, allegedly not a bear. Sad. He's soft, but not a bear. I used to think he was an otter, so... How?
I know you
Who
people are
has
real.
He doesn't look
Like,
anything
we've got people
like
comparing him to Moritaka. We have R thinking he's a bear, and we have this guy thinking he's an otter. Like, guys, come on. It's not that hard.
We already have an
Tanukis
otter.
don't
He's called
normally
Otter.
have such different colors, okay? They're pretty firmly brown for the most. And raccoons are pretty firmly, like, black and gray, so... I don't know what the
I don't know
Tasaburo
what
is,
pink
but he's
bears
a-
you're seeing, but I've never seen a pink bear.
Jambavan.
Real.
Yeah, it's literally Jambavan, and also they
Jambavan.
have just...
It doesn't count.
It
fake.
doesn't count, there's a president.
He's fake.
Kind of is.
How do you...
Alp is fake, what do you mean that, like, Jambavan's fake? What are you even talking about?
Because he's not relevant. To
We
be
have
Yeah,
a
honest,
story,
I-
he's not irrelevant, he's...
I'm just assuming Ophion sucks like every other first trap unit this year. No comment. He's better Demiurge, still sucks. That's not... Better Demiurge is not a good comparison. They do completely different things. They both suck, so there's some connection. Yeah, sure.
Barry
Test
with the
run.
enlightening commentary as always.
Thought about slacking off on the demo clips pairing Fenrir and Tua Shen like some bind and charm name. That's all.
Yeah. Alright, thank you so much. We're gonna move on to the next evolution. And this is gonna be Irby's last topic to speak on, I believe. Actually, I think this was also Zalgus' last topic, maybe.
He has Loki, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. Sorry,
Loki
I don't even
still.
remember the schedule. All right, but yeah, the Irby's gonna handle the hero, also known as Yuji. So go ahead.
Okay, so the hero got very basic skill evolution in comparison. It's still a pretty decent upgrade, but not a very drastic change. So basically, he still plays the same. His function is still the same. But he's still a unit that builds up their attack buffs, and until it charges, there's a big board-wide charge with all its buffs. Usually, before this skill evolution, it was intended for him to do his big charge on turn 4, assuming he has no big external help. But with this skill evolution, he might get it earlier and get even another one, even quicker. So basically, what this does is it passed on his after buff crit plus on turn 4 to a permanent after buff crit plus. So this means every time he's buffed, he's going to trigger his crit plus on top of his other turn-based attack buffs like attack up, vigor, and ardor. This is pretty big, a substantial increase to his damage. Unfortunately, this also means that it kind of ruined his face turn 4 gimmick, but they also remedied it by giving him an effect before hitting to increase their CP to self at 80%. It's only 80%, but like it's going to hit 3 people. It's going to trigger at least once out of all of those. So with this, he's going to be able to all range charge the whole board with all his buffs by turn 3, the earliest, without external help. So that's a pretty decent boost. On top of increasing his column clearing capabilities. Not that we're short of that, or not that there isn't any better, but this is still a good option considering it's free. And to have a unit that can clear columns, I guess, with attack up and crit plus so easily available, that's pretty nice. He also got a new effect when appearing guts to self. I don't really understand the purpose of this. I guess it gives him some survivability so he can survive longer, so he can do his gimmick. But again, the gimmick isn't really that useful. So at least he can clear columns, and his damage ceiling is a lot better. There's not much else to comment here.
Well,
barely changed anything.
I would say he's no longer bound by his turn 4 board wipe, because after turn 4 he would just lose all his M's, attack up and vigor and ardor and crit plus. But now he can have crit plus along with that other crit matched together on their charge.
Yes.
And I guess that just makes him more reliable to keep on doing board wipes per phase multiple times. And it also just helps him when he prematurely gets his charge too. So he'll always be hitting hard, even if you mistime the charge in some way, which I think is nice.
No comment.
Fair
It's
enough.
okay. Yeah. That's
All
fine.
clear dot unit with long range DS. Yay. I mean, I guess it's pretty good for welfare. It's like
Yeah.
everybody should like kind of have him by now.
Yeah, I do actually think it's a nice Evo, because honestly the 1, 2, 3, 4 turn like into CS was neat, but in theory, but playing it was like not actually that great. It's like extremely slow. Several things can go wrong. Like the enemies get 4 turns, so having him actually be able to do pretty good damage on all of the subsequent or preceding turns is nice. So good Evo.
It was a decent boost. I actually didn't check if he's available in the shop or not, but maybe he is. I don't know.
He should be in Envary shop.
The Envary shop. Maybe he is then. Then it's pretty decently accessible. Column clear / board wiper,
Yeah, BB's first board wiper.
and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Harvey. We don't have too much comments this batch. Well, that's it. You might as well read them. So, but
I don't know where we stopped, to be honest.
last one was
Is-
just something
was
Frank
it-
said.
Fenrir
Thought about
and
slacking
Shino,
off the
yeah.
demo clips. Okay, yeah, I see it. This doesn't feel that impactful to me. Well, it does increase the damage significantly, but it didn't get a full skill revamp now. It's just a big damage boost. Long have we waited for husband Ophion to have an altar. We got Hopium with Demiurge, and now it's real. Finally, real.
As long
Yes,
as you don't
it
see
is real.
the who it's made by, but yes. All right.
Long didn't see what?
As long as you don't see who it's made by, but yes.
Oh yeah, it's not made by the artist. No, sorry.
Who?
The artist.
No one cares about him
named.
anymore.
All right, moving on. We're going to be now talking about Aegir. This is my last topic, so I'm just gonna chill back after I'm done talking about this dude. It's a fairly whatever. I mean, it's not whatever, but it's kind of. It doesn't really. You know what? Let's just talk about it. So Aegir, his 5-star, his base 5-star, released an evolution that changed some things and added some new things. He previously had an ability that lets him steal buffs at a 40% rate from the person he hits, but now he can steal all buffs from the person he hits at a slightly higher 50% rate. He's also gained defense up to self, as well as Glen to self and allies, and circling on phase start. And on turn start, he can apply nourishment to self and allies encircling him, as long as his health is at 100%. 90% rate though. And he can have some defense with protection to self and allies adjacent on move base end. I think that's just guaranteed out of the box, is that right? Or it's 90%? Nope. And he can apply blessing to self on allies adjacent every time he attacks at a 70% rate. So what does this do? Well, let's just talk about quickly what has not changed. Aegir is a position manipulator. Apply fear to the enemy to disable their movement. When he attacks, he can push them when he strikes, and on charge, he can hold his team's position with anchor. He also has some minor charge denial abilities with his fear, which does reduce CP every turn start, but also some CP direct reduction whenever he attacks at 90% rate, 12 CP down, and 8 CP after striking at 70%. And lastly, he does a tiny teensy bit of a minor charge hold to itself at 8 CP every time he attacks. Very tiny, very substantial for a charge that is kind of like whatever too. But that out of the way, what has changed? He is now able to boost activation rates with his glint itself and allies circling him. So supportive ability, nice, and will affect the rest of his abilities too in terms of how reliable they are. He is just now a much better buff thief. He used to, as I said, only steal one buff per enemy, and now he's stealing all of them at a slightly higher rate. And he still has that other evolution he received that lets him steal buffs on the second turn of each phase from a 3x3 area from the face ahead of him. He's also received some slight improvement to his damage amplifying. So he does start with attack up, but now he also has nourishment on top of that with self and allies around him at turn start. And he does have advantage against fear, which he does apply himself, and advantage against Seafair. And as mentioned before, he is a better buff thief now, which can contribute to his own personal damage, and also removing personal defenses from the enemy. So, lastly, his role as a healer before has been changed. Now he's just like a heal tank, so something in between the two where he combines both healing and tanking. He does fight the defense up and protection to self as a tank, as well as protection to allies adjacent on move phase end. And he can heal every time he attacks at 400 HP at an 80% rate per target. Nourishment, as mentioned before. Blessing, as mentioned before. And also just 1000 HP, whenever he uses his charge. And as mentioned before, he is also a buff thief, so he might be able to steal some defensive buffs and some heal over times as well. So, what are the recommendations for this unit? Well, as you can see from the footage, it's kind of just he's like a team player now, I guess. It's kind of a boring upgrade, but for the most, he is now a general purpose unit. Before, he was kind of this hyper-specific unit that wasn't really particularly good at it, but now he does have general purpose for both defense and offense and rate up and just general team like survival. So you can skirmish with them with a full team. So his best setting is really in a full team, because if you're not bringing a full team, then he's not going to be doing nearly as much by himself, given a lot of his skills apply to allies. And you might also want to consider exploiting his new buff thief features. His native rate is at 60%. It is a 50% base, but he does get glint as well with his new Evo. So you might want to boost this with skill seeding, and as well as something that is becoming almost a trope of itself, a paradigm of itself, which are 30% rate boosters. So, I mean, we're not going to talk about Ophion here because glint overlaps, and we haven't talked about him yet, but you might want to consider bringing him with Shisa or Ulambatar, their base rare forms. Same thing with Smoky God, who boosts things by 50% instead, in order to guarantee that all buff seal. Because it is quite nice for certain maps that do require it to be able to remove all buffs from certain bosses, such as Ramu with defense stacks, which is found in the Chapter 13 farm or in the main quest. You may also want to pair him up with weapon changers, such as Oz's Twilight variant or Nyarlathotep's Chapter 15 variant. And the only other unit besides Aegir in this current form who is able to remove all buffs on hit regularly is Aegir again in his sports variant. So your choices are limited when it comes to having like repeatedly stealing effects. And lastly, you may want to be cheeky and do some buff reclaiming. So toss in Gorengach or Babla or Nyarlathotep or Leek's jail variant if you want to steal buffs back after you give them to the enemy. But yeah, overall, it's the skirmisher, throw him in a team. Otherwise, he's kind of just thief, which is very situational. And that's pretty much it.
I don't think we remove all buffs is still very rare, especially so unconditionally. So that is definitely interesting, at least.
It is just the Aegir who have them unconditionally.
Yeah, and then there's like every other thing is some kind of annoying trigger, like or something else. Like Alice has to also purge all their debuffs, or you have to CS, or the rate is awful. But this rate is perfectly serviceable, so that's nice. At least it's okay.
Very true. It is a skirmisher in the end.
I guess like the steal all buffs is kind of inspired, but I think the Skiva's kind of like we still don't know what to do with this guy. You know, like after the first one, and then they like gave him nourishment and blessing. It's just like
they started cooking the buff thing, and then they kind of dropped the frying pan with the blessing but nonsense glint for some reason. Like I guess you could use him with Sphinx, so he works with magic range instead of a shit ass thrust range. Oh, goodbye, Irby.
Irby hop. Where'd Irby go? Did he disconnect?
Died, I guess.
He can rejoin whenever he's ready, I guess. Oh, there he is. Welcome back, Irby.
Hello.
Yeah, did you want to continue, Harvey?
Yeah, Sphinx is probably a good pairing for him. We don't like working with thrust range units in this house. They're all
you really
freaky.
want to steal back low range or something? Okay.
Well, ideally, he would be attacking first before Sphinx, because I think Sphinx is after attacking. So, well, if they're too tanky, then yeah, that'll probably happen anyways. I thought Sphinx's weapon change was a debuff though. I guess not.
Yeah.
Does that mean you become like bootleg Willy?
I mean, that doesn't sound too bad.
Because yeah, he would be magic range, but then he would suddenly turn to blow range, and suddenly he would quadruple his damage.
Yeah,
so,
you would,
yeah.
But keep in mind, then you're stuck with low range for the next turn. So
2 turns actually.
Yeah.
Could be worth it. Alternatively, get someone who can remove his buffs. I don't think
Just
we
use
really
Willy.
have that. Yeah, you could also just use Willy.
all right, Irby, Milk, no comments. Everyone's dying to hear about Tasaburo, so just if you have something to say, say it now.
Hey, I
No
commented
comment.
already.
True. Is okay.
You have
Right.
fun with this little showcase, Dara.
No. I didn't really know what to do with Aegir, so I just threw him with a bunch of other units that aren't like gonna overshadow him. Doing it. They are certainly playing as slow as possible to showcase his healing defense.
You just have 2 people who basically form a powerful defense for him, so he can just hang around forever.
I mean, that's like half his kit. If you just wipe everyone, you're not gonna be able to do half his kit. So, kind of forced to get myself. That's the sort of how we play Housamo nowadays. In any case. All right,
We have to force ourselves to have fun.
We have to
Where's-
force ourselves to use the kits.
Where's my Gurngotch slop? Where's my Apula slop? SMH.
I'm kind of tired and done with all range shit, so no thanks. We're moving on. There's only one comment. It's fine, we take what we can get. The torch has been passed down from Demiurge and Ophion. It's fine. No comments from Aegir. Sad. Moving on to Tasaburo. This is going to be covered by Harvey Kives.
Yay. Alright, I'm just gonna cover the 4-star version of him, and then Zalgus, you can talk about that later if you want, since I think you mentioned that you wanted to get his 3-star for some reason.
No, I
Okay.
just meant that in that he's cute, and also because you can't select him at anniversary because you can only select 4. So I was like, I wouldn't mind getting his 3-star. I didn't actually mean I saw something in his kit I wanted to use. Well,
I
not that I
see.
gave
Well-
it a big look, but I'll do that in a bit, maybe.
Well, he kind of has something there, kind of, maybe. I don't know. So this unit does some stuff automatically, and he does some stuff after moving. I'll go over the former first. So he has this board-wide dazzle to enemies that's guaranteed, and when if he's hitting enemies, he applies healing reversal, as well as blessing to them and regeneration. So that's 2 healing at the end of the turn effects, combined with the status that turns those healing effects into damage. Aside from that, he has a lot of movement effects actually. So he has the Space Dart movement extension for himself. He has the Beastman tenacity effect, and then he also has the finisher debuff where he can make DOT effects kill after moving in the same attack range, so magic range, as well as Ardor to allies and a square around him with protection. He also has some minute healing for himself, as well as regeneration to allies at a worse rate of 60%. His CS is a board right attack. It applies healing reversal, which is nice, I guess, and also applies healing to the hit units, which will turn into flat damage if the healing reversal actually goes through. So this unit is kind of built around being dot-centered and expecting like retaliation from the enemy, in the sense that he has 2 forms of damage mitigation practically, the dazzle and also the tenacity / protection. The issue is that it can be a little hard to actually mix and match him with other DOT units because of the overlap with the finisher status, and also what was it? You'll usually have like better options than regeneration and blessing after attacking. The other issue is that a lot of his effects are just kind of replaceable for a mover. Like, yeah, I think the strongest stuff that he has is like Ardor and Protection, both of which you can probably see like everywhere without even needing to move for them. I guess he has this fear on response if he gets hit. I don't know why that's there. I think I would prefer it if he had like an extra layer of protection or maybe a form of debuff mitigation, but he doesn't really have that. I don't know. I feel like this unit kind of suffers from like not being able to do a lot outside of like healing reversal and having the dot finisher baked into his kit. So in that sense, you kind of use him as like a counter pick for certain quests where the enemy will heal a lot, and you want to also finish him off with the dot finisher. Outside of that, it's quite hard to slot him into a team. He's very situational, but he's cute, so it is what it is.
The fear comes from them being horrified that they hit something so cute. There you go.
True.
Oh my goodness. I think cute has rotted your brain because there's nothing really too interesting about the skin in my opinion that would make me want to pick it. It's
he's cute. That's all that needs be. He can
the whole board.
He can stand next to Masakado and Salamonis.
True.
This is
Just ignore the fact that like half of his kit is forcing him to move.
That Kushi YouTuber sure was ahead of its time when using the strategy of just bringing the powerful units next to Kushi, who did nothing at the time.
This guy
That's-
does
that's
nothing.
how it's
Seriously, you
played.
guys are hyped up over nothing. What are you even talking about? This guy's literally just Seymour. And like, but with finishing blow, which by the way is harder to apply than you'd realize. Like you can see in like Carney's Fudge whenever it shows up that it's actually harder to get him, even with fucking Overlord, to have enough HP to kill with finishing blow, given he only has like these healing effects, which I'm gonna let you know now. I didn't notice while I was recording, which makes it a bit disruptive. But healing reversed damage, or healing reversed hots that do damage, are not amplified by dot amps. So they're not amplified by Cinderella or Lucifuge. So that like tiny bit of like 800 and 600 HP reversed, that's like the most you're gonna be doing in terms of what Tasaburo's reverse damage is doing. And finishing blow by itself on top of that, it's like, really? is it that much of a deal breaker for you? It's not that different from Simoric, seriously. It's not a great kit.
But no one likes birds.
Really.
I like birds. Jeez, it's just stop projecting, man. Jeez.
The issue, like, even you can just watch it in our showcase when he's paired with Ellie and Cinderella. Ellie already has healing reversal, I believe, and Cinderella already has finishing blow in her kit. So Tasaburo is kind of not really doing much in this team.
Yeah, that's pretty much gonna be the case whatever team he's on. Even in the Carney Sputters, like I said, it's just like the idea was for him to do like some sort of finishing blow on Overlord, but he didn't even do that in the end. It's just like you might as well use some more in the end. Jesus. It's and like in practice, actually, such an incredibly unuseful unit. And the one use scenario you might use him for Overlord to reverse it and then to do the finishing blow. It's harder to apply than you would actually think. It's actually just harder to get that exact HP range of these things, because you would just end up killing him before you were able to apply finishing blow. Which it's like, at that point, use some more work from other shit. I'm just baffled by everyone's obsession. Well, he's cute, sure. I don't know. Are people this thirsty though? In terms of have they been in the desert? I
don't be a hater.
I'm gonna hate it.
Like,
I've only heard like positive things about this unit, and not a single negative thing about his kit, which is just like this is bold-facedly one of the
this is the same banner with Ophion, you know. Yeah, there's crickets with Ophion's kit right now, so that's how much people care about gameplay right now. Just so you know,
these other kits aren't that interesting. So Tasaburo being is not that bad. But here's my 3-star review. In terms of 3 stars, he's got Healer Reversal, which only Simoric has, but Tasaburo has better range. Also, he applies a buff, so he can help me enable buff reversal. This will surely become relevant any day now. Any day.
Really,
now. Don't challenge quest that I want to do.
Simoric also has his healing reversal at a guaranteed rate of 100%, while Tasaburo is stuck at 90%. But yeah,
I mean, it's fine. I'll probably like the range. Unfortunately, his finishing blow is crap on 3-star, but I mean, who cares? It's fucking. I'm not playing dot teams at 3-star.
Tasaburo is literally potential man on release. Like, I'll be good under very circumstances that we haven't seen yet. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Maybe
Simo can also enable buff reversal, so if I just want the better range, I guess.
Even the auxiliary effects, like Cinderella just kind of mogs them and everything.
For real. I didn't realize it didn't actually like amplify the hot stuff until after the fact, so it was just, this demonstration's kind of masking Tasaburo's effects, but to be honest, in order to design a team where Tasaburo's effects are not masked, you'd have to make a pretty shitty team, so. Oof.
Where's that Halloween unit who, I forget which one it was, who amps dots, even though that doesn't work?
Kushi?
Yeah, why isn't he here?
Because I wanted to, not make it too destructive. I don't know. Ali's there just to miss the blind spots that Tasaburo missed, to be honest. This shit is so ass. Can we just move on? Alright. If there are no other comments, you can read the chat, Harvey.
Abby has no comment.
I have no comment.
I am abandoned. Alright, let me see.
The silence is deafening.
Is it time for the soft, small, and fat Tanuki? Okay, this is kind of an in-joke, but we had this discussion in Lockhart about Tasaburo being, in Fiery's eyes, minor coded, because he was small and fat and fluffy or some stupid shit. And then we made jokes about like the eye diameter of consent, because you mentioned that like if your eyes are too big, you look like a kid or something.
I fucking.
Hello there, Loki.
I fucking hate this. Get me out of here.
Yeah, it's riveting stuff. Hello there, Loki. Nice to see you here. He's so
Fat
fucking
ninja wearers
weird.
can never catch a break with Housamo.
When was the last fat furry we got? Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
I want to say Enigma, but then he got confirmed to be like extremely tiny. Like, fuck. Shit. No! Why are you doing this? Oh, God damn it. He's
I
actually
guess
as tiny
Carbuncle?
as Egyo at this point. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm looking back here. I think it's Carbuncle.
Oh yeah, Carbuncle. Let's go, Carbuncle. Totally. Not my
Yeah.
God fucking damn
And
it.
before that, yeah, it's
Uh.
crickets. It might have been Belphegor.
Oh yeah.
2024, I believe.
Yeah, honestly, we didn't get that many furries in between there. It was like going back from Carbuncle was like Inari, Gargoyle, Yig, or Jack Frost. Oh, Shiwang is oh no, we got a decent amount of furries, I guess, but yeah, not much on the fat front. And then it's all the way to Ugolanak.
Nikunabe has that weird, those spray painted abs in his belly, which is why you
Yeah.
have to cover him up. Unlucky.
Yeah, and then Belphegor and Halong. Well, no, Halong's muscular, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. He's got something going on. I don't trust him. He's
Yeah,
he's sinister media.
Where are the fat furs? Jesus, I really didn't notice how few we had now. So muscle furs, and yeah, there's Enigma. So pretty much not much outside of the ones I mentioned. Does Yuma count?
He half counts.
Yeah, he gets a half point. He looks better in his summer variant at least, even though his kit is about as questionable, if not more functional.
I actually completely
Okay.
forgot what his variance kit is. Like a comp or something.
Yeah, it's
Rawr.
Oh,
Arr.
not
shot,
the
Right.
shot range. Shot
Oh
range.
God, I forgot about that.
Shot range
no.
DPS.
God.
Big fan. I wonder why Quantum doesn't like him. Probably because her kit is mocking his. He's scary but for fun. Third raccoon dog.
Kyobu and
Was it-
there was one more shit.
We're not counting Zhurong, are we? 'Cause
No,
that's Red
Durong's
Panda.
a red panda.
Yeah, that's what I was
No,
thinking.
there's another one that's less ugly than Gyobu. Sorry, I don't really like how Gyobu looks.
Excuse me.
Sorry, he's not my puppy.
Hop off. Hop off. Oh, Goemon? Maybe?
Oh yeah, that's it, Goemon. Jeez, I forgotten. What a flop era. Jeez, I used to like Goemon so much. Why, how did they give him such a negative aura after he got translated?
It's okay. His variant writing will redeem him. I think Tasaburo's writing is actually interesting so far. So that's neat. And now Tasaburo fans will hang you. I'm a Tasaburo fan myself, mind you. Insert "She is gorgeous to me" meme clip. How dare you talk about my husband Seth like that? Horus rather might be mixed up my Egyptian high school deities. What did we say about them?
They were just side by side with Aegir for some reason, and we were kind of just
I
talking
think
about.
I think I commented that he just formed a strong defensive core. So
I see.
with Horus and Seth. So.
Also, you were like,
We're
like
just
birds,
wheelchairing
which
him.
is just like it's slander.
Oh, that. Go away, Birdly. Enjoy this.
Not
I like
Birdly
Birdly.
for the birdling.
Birdly's actually based.
Bergley. Where's Oniwaka and Loki? I'm waiting for the hot guys. I guess you can wait a little bit longer. Maybe until next banner, actually. Tangentially related, but it threw me for a loop when I saw what the theme for this event was, versus what I thought it might be from the preview with them.
Oh, I have a lot
Yeah.
to complain about, but I can wait until the end of this.
Let's see here. Oh, my thing auto scroll, that's annoying. I'm curious on why Ophion sucks though. Tasaburo wants to move a lot. Yeah, he does. Here to see the rabbit get shot at myself. He has no comments and he must scream, uh-oh. Excuse me, wait, hold on, don't expose me out. They have babyface Uwu for. Tossa reminds me of Carbuncle, I'm not gonna lie. Tossa mugs, but Housamo needs a fat cat. When it happens, you're all welcome, easy fit for me. Yeah, I agree. Like, we
Probably
have...
don't have one yet, honestly.
We have a bunch of tigers. It could have been the Cheshire cat, but they
God
decided
damn
to
it.
do a gender
They
swap
did
and also put them on
Enoshima's
Berserk.
fursona. My god.
We already
Cheshire's-
had Amano Uzume.
Cheshire's bad in every media. Why'd they have to make them some sort of anime Yaru? Jesus.
I mean,
They
I
would've
actually think her design is neat, but
It is,
not
but Cheshire
she's
needs to be
stealing
fat.
Cheshire.
No!
I'm a little nipple on myself, but look at you two. I can't comment on it too much because the people on Twitter are gonna call me misogynistic again.
Oh, did they really?
Well, it's the thing that you'll see from people like those quote unquote those people who like occasionally visit Samacord, who also might like characters like Nomad, if you know you know. Housamo needs a bicoil. Lucky Yuma count for the fatty. I'm saying. And I was scrolling through the cats and it's like HG. Tigers are cats, so Licho. Yeah, but I'm picking Fuzzy. Licho's a good character. I like Licho. It's a nice character.
There's also Citri.
Hey,
Ooh, everyone's
We
favorite.
do need like
We cannot.
we
talk
do need
about
more
him.
cats that are like studious in design, I think.
I mean, there's Cheshire, but yeah. Okay, let's
Tiger's so greedy, getting Tiger Day and Cat Day. Yeah, I agree.
I don't even know
Alright,
what
that's
cat, what cat deities are hanging around that are more interesting. Off the top of my head, I can only immediately think of like Bastet, but that's a woman.
it would be some Egyptian god most likely. Apparently, that's part of the reason why cat gods are just like not really a thing in Japan. Maybe other places too, because they weren't really. They're native to Egypt or something like that, and then they're only exported much later. Anywho,
Yeah, I think all the cat gods are Egyptian in nature, so probably those.
scrolling through little things. All right, Tasaburo, we hardly knew you. We're gonna move on to the next topic, starting with the best banner or best kit in the banner to a Shen. Well, Cosmo, please take this away, out of this room, as far as possible, if you will.
Yeah. So this character is kind of like a 5-year-old unit in terms of kit. It kind of reminded me of like base Katoblipas 4-star. His first skill is that he gets like movement expansion and evasion, and this auto turn start taunt. So I think like the design of this kit is focused on like this automatic taunt, and since he's like a snipe unit, this is like the first snipe unit that we've had with this sort of auto taunt like skill. But honestly, like this sort of like archetype is supposed to be played as like very long stall cheese sort of clears or something, and it isn't very appealing for most players, so it just goes downhill from there. His second skill is that he has turn start arousal to himself and allies around him, and he has this like weird new status of like resisting 0.7x from like elemental attributes. He gets this after buff at like a 30% rate. I don't really get this buff, to be honest. Because on the wiki it just says that he resists it for like every attribute.
It's
But I'm like,
it's excluding divine.
Oh, okay. There's like a divine thing. Okay.
Or
I forgot about it. I'm still in like 2019, like whatever, whenever Null released.
Can't blame you with this guy.
Well, basically, it's like a worst defense, and you don't have divine as well. So there you go. When protection is like 0.45x to 0.7x, doesn't really mean anything. Like, it's not as good. So this after buff skill is like not that impressive. And he can remove a debuff for himself at a coin flip, and he gets hit. His third skill is charges, like 8 CP at an 80% rate. He resists darkness. And then his last skill is that if he's stationary, the allies around him get increased recovery. And then he gets another defensive buff if he has taunt at 0.6x. And he applies bullseye in his column. And he also heals himself when he hits enemies. 600 HP at a 60% rate. His charge skill that he's like charging up, with like the arousal and getting 8 CP. When hitting enemies, applies charm to enemies, like the ones that he hits and adjacent. And it's all kind of like nothing. This unit has only bullseye as like their source of damage, or like amp. And bullseye is kind of like a weird status in the sense that you can only get it once on an enemy. And then like if they live, like you can't reapply bullseye ever again, since the resistance status is like 999 turns or something. So I think like they were trying to be like, oh well, he's like fishing, so you have to stay still while fishing, and then you like deal extra damage with like the bullseye in that line, but he has to like stand still, right? And I guess it's kind of like Festival Tezcatli Polka with like this sort of thematic skill kit, but it's also like, why does he have to be stationary? Like Festival Tez, you could just like move him wherever you wanted, right? And this guy, like, he has like extra movement expansion, but you have to like choose between that and the bullseye thing. So that's why I had like this thought that really the only thing you can do with him is to like just have him as like a rock, like the back of the map or something, and try to push enemies forward and try to do some cheese that way. Because like his attack stat is abysmal. It's like 1.5k attack. So he's not doing damage. So like the only thing that I can think of that you're supposed to be doing with him is to just like keep trying to get his CS so that he spams evasion and like lean into the taunt thing. But I don't think like many people play like this. I think like pretty much the only people who like play like this is like me and Zalgus. So yeah. Alright, I forgot to say that his CS has evasion healing as well. So yeah, you want to charge him and then he's gonna like get evasion and heal people. Great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I play like that when I record footage, at least when I have to. Yeah, there's only one way you can use this unit, and it's a very unusual way that is actually just like intentionally a gimmick, which is nice if the gimmick was actually comparatively useful compared to the standard strategies. You're right. You kind of just have to shove him in the corner, and I guess the idea is he's supposed to like eventually pull units, enemies towards him, and then like you'll have like a forward squadron of your remaining 3 units who will hold the front line, while also like what's it called, kind of picking up enemies one by one. So that's like one way you can do it.
I've tried this strategy before in the past, but it's always like really annoying. It's like it's very quest dependent. If somebody has like if an enemy has snipe or all range,
it's generally not gonna be useful if they have like all range or some dumb shit like that. But which means
because it's also on like their CS, you have to like take into account their main weapon and also their charge weapon, and it's like it's annoying. Yeah. Because the reason why I was like trying that sort of stuff was with people like regular Akiha and like Summer Arachne with their push skills, but it's so annoying to try to get to work as a meme even.
But it only pretty much works in Berserker's farm, the challenge, and not really in any of the other ones that are provided in the Power of Beowulf.
Yeah, at least this guy's snipe, like, maybe there's like some magic quest out there where you can push the front row and stall forever. With the enemies in the back 2 rows, but remains to be seen.
That shit is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's like this very short kit in 2026, huh?
Yeah, it's it's very bad. Like, I mean, yes, I have done like these taunt stalls before, someone in the back, but if I wanted to do that, I already had what's his face, Catoblapas for it, and I guess that Shen can zip over to the corner quicker and has sustain, but
yeah, I would say he's better.
These
than
benefits are not enough.
I would say he's better than Catoblapas though. So if you ever need to use Catoblapas,
yes, but I would need to pull for this bozo.
I mean, yeah, that's hard to ask. Just pulling for the spanner in general, so I can't blame you.
I hate how his kit is designed. He has his phase start reboot expansion, so I think the idea is that you plop him onto a tile and then just let him sit there for the rest of the round. It would be nice if he got like a payoff for that one move in turn, but no, you just get cucked.
It's pretty much just
I don't even know why he has the fucking bullseye when he has like 1k attack. Like, what is that for? Like,
have someone else attack from the side.
I'm guessing it's like maybe just a way for them to get a bit of extra aggro in case you have someone else with taunt in your team for whatever reason.
Please do not have Shen consuming the bullseye. Literally have anyone else do it.
Really bad.
Yeah, this kid is like very baffling, especially when you have that welfare Bohemio AR that already applies bullseye. And like this is literally this dude's only like amp or team-wide like support, and this guy is supposed to be a support. With his attack being so low, that's like kind of scary. Like, I wonder if there's like some metric of like if you count how many like units, debuffs and like buffs that are like offensive and defensive, like Curse, Dazzle, Vigor and stuff. I think this guy is just one. It's just bullseye, nothing else.
Yeah, you're not gonna be using
like nothing else to the team. Yeah, it's only bullseye.
I wanted to say that, like, maybe the formation thing that he encourages is like make him a good pairing with Nobumichi, but he's just gonna eat the bullseye or something, and it's annoying. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know why they made this unit. It's just gotcha filler. That's all it is.
It's not that bad. It's bad, but it's, how do I describe this? It's
It is that
Okay.
bad. How are you so much
Okay, I'm
bad.
listening. Yeah, you convinced me.
It's not a kit where they were like, okay, we're gonna give them protection and then some healing and CP, and then they call it like this has a specific design behind it for an intended purpose. So it's not bad in that sense. They put effort into it. It's just like the outcome is like now he is designed for the sake that is a useless strategy. So it's bad in actual practical usage sense compared to all the other strategies. But
bad
it's not
what you're saying. I see.
It's like what's called units who are designed for flat damage before what's called dot amp and stuff like that existed, right? Or a debuff oppression. Just kind of, ooh, you can stack all the poisons from Shenong. So cool. It's like that, right? There's a thread of logic that makes sense, but it's trash because there's no actual like sense of scaling from the developers. Just cool ideas, no sense of proper scaling for game balance. So I don't think he's poorly designed. I just think he's poorly balanced in relation to what the game actually demands.
I think he's still poorly designed though, because like we already had this kind of snipe, thing with like this theme with like Festival Tez and these other autoton units. I guess he built it into one, but it's like now it's like you got to do something better than the arousal and stuff. Like the arousal is like one square away, and like you kind of want him to be away from people, maybe. And it's like, who knows at this point?
Yeah, that's like the effects for nearby are not worth it. Like he has increased recovery, but no healing for his allies, and arousal, as you said, is just like not being applied to allies when they're far away. So I think that's like only gonna happen after you've like whittled down everyone, and you've brought the rest of your allies nearby to finish off the remaining ones. But otherwise, that's not really a thing you're gonna want to keep them around. It's not a strong effect anyways. You're not missing out. It's just arousal.
I really enjoy watching this unit do like 500 damage to Cthulhu on your showcase.
It's very important. He did 2,000 that time.
340. Yeah, with his charge skill.
Imagine if I attack seeded him though, or even attack boss him too. Ooh, more than twice the damage.
Attack stat? Oh my god, it's abysmal. Oh wow, what is that?
Yeah, I was saying it's 1,500. I guess you can round up to 600, but like, you ain't doing damage. This guy.
It could also be good for survival, right? Just like stalling survival if that's everything you need. Unlikely, but
What's his defense?
He has a number of defenses. He has the taunt strengthening, and he has that stupid divine or not divine thing, and he has evasion. And his charge is actually purely defensive between healing and evasion and charm. So yeah, he is strictly both for defense and healing, which at least plays well with what he's designed to do. Not really offense whatsoever.
Why is it a 30% rate?
Yeah, that's the only really sus thing. I think the idea is, ooh, this is the banner where Ophion was released on. Let's pair them together so that it's not trash. But other than that, I don't understand why it's so ass.
I'll point out that even if you get the elements defense and like the taunts defense, that's still only a 0.42x multiplier. So it's basically just protection.
One defense buff.
It's not great,
Yeah.
but he does have healing on top of it. That's not something Tobo Plus has, so it's
non-guaranteed healing, yeah.
It's never guaranteed. Okay, we already know healing never gets guaranteed for whatever reason. Just throw OTs.
Yeah, but it's also inconvenient to even attempt to trigger because he has to actually hit shit.
Okay, we get it. This dude is ugly and no one wants to use him. I'm just saying, I don't want to use him either, and he's ugly, but also there's what's thought behind this kid. Okay,
I don't even think your Shen visually looks that bad. Besides the theme being boring, but this kit is just so off-putting.
It's the fish that's truly off-putting. The hyper-realistic fish.
With hyper-realistic muscles.
Ebisu was such a moneymaker that they have to make Ebisu too. Thank you, my wonders.
Talia Rise of Horse moment is taking away from the actual thing.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll read the comments.
yes, please.
Licho always cute. Turishan has a better kit. Wow, the gay rabbit. Turishan really is just for show. Round 2 Summer Kotoba Pass art. Dude showing taint because there's nothing to see in his kit. I mean, look at how he's showing the goods. Legitimately taunting you. Ophion should have been in that wedding event. He was late by one event. Kyle decision to make the patron god of gay marriage a bad character. Bullseye just as flavor text is crazy, he's reeling it in. Psyche's good because he's Wasp eats for fans. These characters are all ass, so as a change of topic, Arathun, what species is your avatar?
My species is based off of that loading fan art that you see with that Kuniyoshi draws. I think it's a Pomeranian, but who knows? It could be something like Tasaburo, just some unknown species. Ambiguously furry.
OMG, Valentine's Crossroads background music, peak. But I like Fish, I'm hungry. At least the Beagles is hard for Wasp this time.
Okay, I don't agree with this being... Sorry. I don't agree with this being like Wasp eats, because... what was it? That Eidos Tanuki is like... mogging every single Life Wonders Wasp character that we got. Fucking... Ryusei and Katobal Pass. Some bullshit on our screen right now. Like, none of these are Wasp eats.
That's... I don't even know, man. I don't know who eats Wasp in general. He keeps on inviting this guy. Rose thinks he's part of us. Jeez.
Do you mean this guy called Donna, whatever? This raccoon guy, or...
Yeah. He's crazy, because he can actually draw fat people, but they won't let him do that. So we just get bullshit instead.
I generally want to see the inner workings of the people who designs kits because it's fascinating when they do stuff like this. LMAO. Pomeranian, you're not wrong, I was just being kind. Vagar is so good. That's not Wasp. It's TTN.
Yeah, as I said,
I
do...
Yeah, it says TTN, yeah, but it's very good.
Oh, okay. I don't know the difference. Oh yeah, we'll move on to the next topic, but yeah, just as a final comment on that thing John Rivera said. Yeah, I don't think this is a poorly designed kit in terms of its conception. It's just the game devs, the main issue, this is beyond tuition, have completely lost the sense of like balance of scale of like damage and like healing and amp scaling and defense scaling. It's just there's no balance for it, which is why this is irrelevant as a strategy to do this when you could just blow everyone up, right? So we're gonna move on to the next topic. It's gonna only up from here, guys, I promise you. Slowly. Loki. It's going to be covered by Irby. This is his last topic.
Okay.
I believe that other topic was also Harvey's last topic now. Or Belk's last topic. Good.
Okay. Loki is a pretty straightforward unit. He's a long slash for a unit that is kind of like a debuffer and a CP charger with some minor defensive capabilities. Basically, he applies break automatically to enemies on long slash range on move face end. This will help disrupt the front and also increase the damage he's going to do. And he also inflicts weakness on the enemies he hits before hitting it 90% as well. These are 90%, but I should be really saying it's 100% because he's one of those units that gets when appearing prayer, so at least for 5 turns he's going to have all these 90% guaranteed. So those are his major, or I should say major, damage amps. It's pretty decent. Not great though, but that's not what he's designed for. What he's going to be doing most of the time is charging the team and also disrupting the enemy team with bind. He has a before hitting effect that apply bind to enemies he hits and the enemies behind them. So it's kind of like a vertical 2 square radius of long slash. So in wide maps, this is going to affect the whole map if he's in the center. So this is also 60%, which is boosted by prayer to 70%, which is pretty decent, I'd say. For a unit, it's not guaranteed, but it's up there. This will also help mitigate some damage and is the primary defensive utility he has. He also has tenacity for himself before being attacked at a whopping 50%. This is
Have we have another unit that had some sort of like man shit? Oh, yeah, it was Tasaburo.
It's fucking Mecha. It's fucking Mecha Man again, but worse. But worse. But yeah,
That's fucking Mecha Man.
he removes debuffs on phase start to help clear the team, and also has some reflect speed shit after hit on himself to help him keep clean up debuffs. This is not super good. In fact, it's pretty weak debuff protection, but at least he has some. And for his CP charging abilities, he has phase start arousal to allies in spray radius. He also raises the CP by allies by 10 every time he hits an enemy, so by 80%. So that's going to be a lot. He's going to be charging your entire team pretty quickly. And he also applies glint on phase start to allies for some reason. He also steals CP from enemies to himself and also 80%, which is his own way of raising his own CP, since most of these CP effects he has are for his allies and not himself. So this is how he's primarily going to be charging, through mainly his damage and sucking off the CP of the enemies as he hits them. He also has a pull if you decide to move him, although this kind of it's only two squares ahead of him, so it's only designed for wide maps. But also none of this kit requires moving, so this is pretty much just an optional shit in case you need to pull everyone down and don't have any other way, which I find it very unlikely. So that's really the only purpose. And as for his charge, he applies weakness for his charge and also bestows more CP to allies, as well as reapplying glint to allies and giving glint to himself, so he can get an even higher chance of applying that blind, and also keep his Sword of Prayer as soon as it falls off. I think is not that great, but at least he's straightforward and seemingly may have a use, but I doubt it. He can deal some okay damage, but that's not his primary focus. This seems to have been primarily built to charge CP from allies. Although there's so many good units that do that, and so many better ways, that it kind of feels like this sort of charge CP by attacking kind of unit. It's kind of redundant these days, but it's still very much usable. He also has some pretty good attack stats, so there's that. He has 5k attack, that's pretty decent. But yeah, with only break and weakness, there's only... It can't reach him super far, but it'll be decent enough to do the farm quests of this event at least. So yeah, I think he's pretty okay. I wouldn't say he's bad, but in comparison to units of these days, like if we're talking Masacados and Moronobes and whatever, yeah, he's pretty bad, but I'd say he's pretty decent for an event unit, 4-star at least. And those are my thoughts on it.
Awesome. Anyone else want to jump in first this time?
I think it's funny that you call it that. So definitely think Resident is laggy. I just saw Seth whooping around.
Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to play this ass, but for some reason it was actually just breaking down when I had both OBS and the BlueStacks open.
But yeah, I think it's funny. I mean, he said that, he's okay for 4 stars that we get, because some of our 4 stars on events are pretty powerful, like what's his face,
I mean,
cow guy Marduk.
well, yeah, but those are the outliers. I feel like most of the times.
Yeah, you're probably right. Like, anyway, this kit is better than what's his face to our Shen. It's perfectly fine as a kind of filler long slash. Honestly, his attack stat is like surprisingly high for a 4-star unit. So, if you really want a 4-star long slash attacker for some reason, then he can be your man. I don't know. Equip him with the all-range pull AR so that they can actually get in range. I don't know why he has that limitation, which is kind of annoying. Well, I guess because it's on move rather than like phase start, so they don't want to be able to pull forever. But yeah, he's okay. He's K. There you go.
I don't know. Actually, that shit is really boring to look at.
It is. Does the pull go before the move phase end? Because after moving should trigger before that, right?
Pulls always happen at the end of like the timing. I don't think it will work, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually kind of bad because that loses an act.
Because it's like, you know how like when you attack an enemy, it has like a push and pull effect, and like the push and pull is technically on the when attacking trigger, but then it just resolves all the way at the end. You know, when you attack like every enemy. Like, you don't see each, like, individual enemy moving by itself, right? So there's, like, this weird grouping for push and pull triggers. So I'm not sure if Loki's will actually work, and I'm gonna lean towards it doesn't actually work. Because, like, Moritaka had, like, the same issue, you know, when you, like, you move. And you, like... You know, on his Skivo, his 4-star Skivo, where he's like, you move and try to apply freeze. And then it didn't work that way.
Yeah. Your intuition's correct. It's not gonna work. Sorry to say. But yeah, I do think his best feature is just his bind spread. So he just has a really awkward percent reliability for it. He's kind of like Horus in that sense, in terms of being able to bind a bunch and do a bit of damage on top of everyone he slashes in front. And I forget if Horus has a pull, but Loki certainly does, which is pretty good. So the main weakness is that rate, and you know how timely for this banner, maybe even intentional. You could just toss in Ophion or Ulaanbaatar or Shisa if you want to deal with that 60% difference, and then skill seed him as well to make it reach 100%. Because outside of that bind, I mean, he's not exactly the strongest long slash unit damage dealer. It really is just his ability to disable everyone he hits as well as the units behind him. Which is just like pretty neat. Kind of like Azathoth, but with some actual spread to it.
I mean, I guess this might have been cool like 3 years ago, maybe.
I think it's just budget Gordon, to be honest.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
Gordon doesn't have the CP thing though, does he? So I guess he can also be a budget.
No, he doesn't.
Uzume.
Yeah, but Gordon can also just lock everyone.
He also gets a lot of CP just from doing combo with his bow.
Yeah, but I meant like the CP gen to allies specifically.
Oh, that, yeah, look, Gordon doesn't really do
He
anything with his
doesn't
allies.
generate. He gives nullify debuff, that's it. That's it.
Awesome. Yeah, I keep remembering that one time that like Hidden was hella salty about that. Because like he wanted his Summer Shiva to have the darkness thing, but it kept getting blocked by Gordon's nullify debuff. And he got like mad about it on the server. Yeah. The solution was just to like put them away from each other, but yeah.
Yeah. As for the art, since I don't think anyone commented on it, I don't know what's happening in the story, but I'm pretty sure this is happening in the past because not only is he not in the gurney anymore, but also his scar on his eye, which is like the thing that happened after acid was dripped on it, is no longer there. So this is probably in some distant loop in the past where he was not chained up. And I honestly am not a fan of his current art. I do think that's a bit yassified, and he looked better before with cooler Aegir. but I think other people might actually prefer this newer yes-fied sparkly teeth in me Loki.
I think he looks exactly the same, except without the tongue out and whatever he had on his eye.
It was the
If you
scar
can call
because
it a scar.
yeah.
He's not a freak
But yeah.
anymore. Big L.
Oh,
Rest
bring
in
back my
peace.
freak.
The straight
I really,
jacket was everything.
I really hate this thing where they've like draw these muscle men with like single huge veins running through them. It's really ugly to me.
Zalgus, that's natural biology. Those are veins and arteries.
I mean, yeah, but do they really stand out? I mean, I guess they do when
If you're
you're
a bodybuilder, yes.
thorough,
Because
thorough muscle man.
it's because they exercise so much to get rid of all the fat, and so what's left is just pure muscle, and they stand out as a result. They're not buried in fat.
When does he have time to exercise? Shouldn't he be in a straight jacket?
And
What's that contraption behind him? Like there's
What, a fan?
No, there's like no. Next to his hand, so it's like steam coming out of it.
oh, I thought that was like a large roll of cheese or something.
I think that's an incense burner. I think I've seen that style of thing before, where they're like styled like a little pig thing. I think there's supposed to be a thing that it burns in there.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was like a third cat at first, like a robot or something, but that makes no sense.
It's a roll of cheese.
It's for like, is it for repelling mosquitoes or something? I forgot.
Oh, like one of those things to draw them away. Yeah, maybe. If it's somewhere out back. This theme is
Oh
very
yeah,
confusing.
yeah, it is. I just googled it and I found one that looks almost exactly like that.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll post it in the chat. Actually, I guess I should have posted it in main chat. In case anyone was super interested in this.
It's very important. Okay, speaking of what's important, I think we're done talking about Loki. Did you want to read out the chat, Harvey?
Sure. Loki! Exclamation marks. Loki is Loki hot for once. Didn't they let him out of prison or did he break out? They freed my men. Don't ask about his chains, we do not know. He let his tits out to breathe. Or to breath. Where is the Ahab event out? It's been so long. I play every furry gacha game out there, yet I feel like Ahab here has just been forgotten. Well, Ahab was made by the same artist as Ophion.
So it's possible.
Starting from this event, it's possible, but also his voice actor died, so there's also that.
Oh no, well, they've replaced voice actors before, but I don't know if they want to do that for this case. Since
Yeah, it's Unshui Shizuka, who is the big name, the Joseph Joestar, etc.
He also voiced Jormungandr too.
They released Jormungandr with his voice lines from like ages ago. Like they could have replaced his voice actor, but decided to keep his old voices for even though they weren't used anywhere else. Even when they released the dungeon, he had already died. So I'm guessing they want to preserve it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just for Jormungandr. Maybe they will give Ahab something.
Yeah, maybe it was just too soon back then. Maybe it was just too soon back then, right? Maybe they'll replace it now that
it was probably too soon. But yeah,
Anyways.
it's definitely possible.
Ahab.
Please
soon.
don't say anything about what? Yeah, Ahab soon. Please don't say anything about Masakado Slop. Let's pretend he just doesn't exist. Yes. Muscle man with big boots. Oh, and Jambavan. Jambavan already got his ult very long ago. Harvey, that's a fan. I want more fat characters, especially the bear variety. Oh yeah.
Amen.
Loki get his nourishment from all the mischief he causes, hence why he not skin and bones. To 9 days, my birthday is turned 16. I think that now
happy
we really
birthday.
have. Wait, is it today? Oh, it's. I thought it was like 9 days. Okay.
Yeah, soon. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. I think that now we really have nice chances for gamma units to get alts with home artists or different artists. Yeah, it's definitely
Also
possible.
true. Also true. Yeah, this is a nice precedent. Also, I like how it's more interesting to talk about the stuff surrounding Loki rather than Loki himself and his art.
I prefer them bound up and problematic, not this happy and looking forward for my future sort of shit. Get this out of here.
People are
Rather
too
than
happy.
hates
Also,
happy people.
That's right.
happy
That's
people need to die. Okay, that was too much. Milk said his internet went out. So.
No, he heard that happy people need to die, and he was doing too good.
No.
Oh,
But you
no.
did. SMH.
Milk is soon. Hopefully he. Oh, is his computer dead right now? His laptop?
Is
That's his internet.
not his
Internet.
computer.
I think his
Right,
PC is
internet.
under repairs, so he's like on his laptop.
No, I mean his laptop. Is his laptop fine?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay, hopefully he opts again.
Yeah, it should be fine.
He just said his internet went out, so just the internet,
Yeah.
it seems.
Okay, well, we'll get to it when we'll get to it. I don't think he would have much to say about the next up. Actually, he likes Oniwaka.
There's still Oniwaka, yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, sorry, Milk. If you listen to this, we're just gonna have to go advance without you for a odd minute. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and continue with Oniwaka.
Right. This creature.
Alright,
I
but
actually didn't do much research on him, but that's okay. His kit's pretty simple, all things considered. So this thing is a magic range DPS mostly, and usually every other turn he'll turn into a Boar Viper. How that works is that he has his his one appearing 50 CP to himself, so that's like half his bar already. He also gains some CP when he moves, for an extra 20, and he also gets 16 CP at 50% rate every time he hits something. That's on top of the natural CP that he gets just from hitting shit. So yeah, if you move him and if he keeps hitting stuff, then usually he'll have his charge up like every other turn. He has 2 native imps for himself. He has his turn start Berserk Plus, as well as phase start Run. I mean, his main gimmick is he can copy automatically nearby allies if his charge is ready. And this happens at a almost guaranteed rate at 90%. This works in tandem with his phase start, concentration to allies, as well as purification. So he'll just like snatch those back for himself. Oh yeah, and he has an additional buff, or an additional amp for himself. Where for the first 3 turns of the fight, if he's not holding any debuffs, he gets double damage. Yeah. Pretty simple unit to use, I think. Just you can keep moving him for CP and debuff removal, so he gets the amp off, and that should hopefully let him be paired with like other DPS units who have like selfish buffs for themselves. Alternatively, you can use him with Gandharva for the board-wide CS looping, or like V Tomte, I guess, if you're feeling expensive. But yeah. Oh, also his charge, right? It has a crit to himself, and also he can heal a buff, I believe, every time he hits something with his charge. Yeah. But yeah, aside from that, it's just like magic range DPS. He can board wipe very often. He's not doing anything too special other than the copy buff thing. But yeah. I'll talk about his art later if you guys want to say anything about his kit.
Start with that, man. I'm just messaging Loki very briefly.
This kit it's so short that like it's really simple, and I looked at it and I was very amused by just how boring it was. I guess it's just he's just for the most part just a magic range damage dealer, which I mean he's decent at that, sure, but it's like it's not very interesting. It's not that bad, mind you, but again, we had Marduk a while back who can do much the same thing besides his copy buff thing and whatnot, support capabilities, but damage wise, which seems like that's a lot about what it's about, it's not that impressive.
I guess the neat thing is that he also has like resistances to debuffs that like reduces attack, so that comes packaged with like iron immunity and also anything else like darkness. Yeah, I guess that's neat enough, I suppose, although it would be nice if it also had like skill lock immunity, because that's also something that can shut him down. Well, whatever. I guess you need some counterplay somewhere.
Just seems like a generically fits into almost everything unit to clear all content, although not too good. Just
Harvey sounds like he's underwater in a submarine.
Kind
Do
of.
I?
Yeah. I didn't want to say it
No.
since we can still hear you. We can still hear you fine, even if you're very overproduced right now. But yeah, you are very echoey.
Is it fine now?
Vaguely.
Not really.
Or no?
Just a tiny
No.
bit.
Be like 5% better.
It's fine. We can still hear you.
You were ready for the
Oh, I
scuba
think I understood. Okay. Is it fine now, though?
It's better.
Or is it
It's as
still
good
the
as it's
same?
gonna get.
It will, because all I did was just switch my headphones and that was it.
Okay.
Oh, was it using like the
That's it.
I was using
like
the
a-
left on right.
yeah,
and the
there's
right
like
on left.
there's like I thought you were going to say it was like sunsetting, because like my headphone has like 2 different mic settings that likes to take over,
No.
and it's shit.
No, I don't have any special settings on these. So I just did that. Like, I don't know what could have changed, though. Unless I was like this the whole stream and no one said anything.
You're that exact quality right you are right now for the most, and you've been slowly getting echoey. Can we? This is fine. You're audible the entire time, even if you're a bit echoey. It's fine. Can we just continue?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, it seems like kind of like a generically decent unit. That's it. That's it.
It's kind of
Seems
hard
like
to
it
actually
has a lot of-
exploit this thing, in my opinion. The
know,
unique thing
more
about him
stuff.
is... Sorry, what's up?
No, go ahead. Talk about the unique thing.
Well, unlike other buff stealers, he can steal buffs like after units move because of the passive move phase end timing. There's not really too many units you could take advantage of doing this, but essentially that just lets you bring another damage dealer besides Oniwaka, who is a mover primarily. And besides Fushi, is a gangster variant who moves and then gets crit plus, which is like 1 buff, which is fun. It's good, but it's be better. You can also bring Kango, I believe. Kango's Breath of the Wild, Battle of the Valentine's variant. He is able to get double Infinitude, both of which are copyable, and Limit is also copyable, and the crits spread anyways, but I guess you can copy them too. So he probably gets most if you move him beside Battle of Valentine's Kango, or rather Kango moves beside him. Other than that, he's, as you said, kind of just a generically strong unit.
Yeah, I guess maybe the meta is that you make him copy someone with all range, so he just has no downtime on that. But we already the market's kind of like oversaturated for all range in general. So,
Yeah, not exactly exciting.
what is it? Yeah. It's his movement effects aren't like also that important. Like if you have better options for movers, then you don't really need to move them. It's just like quality of life for that double debuff removal and a bit of CP if for like maybe those early game players who don't have that many options for other stuff. Yeah, we definitely have like better movers in the game who could like support him.
There's not too much, honestly, because most of the ones that move and have a bunch of buffs they give them, they don't really self-apply them for most. There's very few that actually just gives a bunch on move to self. Maybe like Future Hero's an example, but he already gets crit on his charge, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I think... I'm not sure how much longer we can stall this. Milk still hasn't rejoined.
Sorry, this kid's putting me to sleep. Well, this and Loki, like double whammy.
Well, don't worry, because we're gonna keep on going at this pace.
Talk about his art.
Yeah.
Did you see Bomb Bomb's art on Twitter?
Yes, I did actually. I saw that in passing, and I don't really care about Oniwaka, so I was like, yeah. And then people were mentioning it. I was like, oh, was that who it was by? And then eventually I saw it again. I was like, yeah, that's Bomb Bomb.
Like,
and
dude, if you're gonna make it that corny, you could just make him naked at that point. Like, I fucking hate Vendoshis. Why are you teasing at this point?
He can't draw penises. I'm sorry, it's not allowed.
He must.
Also, more is less. I will say that Oniwaka's like parts of him look surprisingly better. Mainly the feet. Like I don't think like some of Bomb Bomb's old feet were very bad. So it looks like he learned how to draw that at least. So there's that. I don't know what the background is doing. Like, why is he at like a?
It's cool. I just don't know what it is. Like an abandoned.
He's on a bench, and it's like
in front of some shack.
It's like a like one of
Japanese shack.
Oh wait, is that a bus stop? It's like a bus stop. Oh wait, no, that's probably just what one of the things it's made out of. I was just saying, is he at a bus stop in his drawings?
Yes, he will be at a bus stop on this Fadoshi.
Public decency.
Yeah.
I like the art that it's actually fully made by him, and it's easy to tell, and not just shading by someone else. I think it's pretty nice.
I think he has this weird case of like Schrodinger's armpit going on. I can't quite tell what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I don't like this armpit pose. It's very off. I mean, yeah, it is an improvement over his old art. It is still Bomb Bomb, so. If I had him, I'd probably just like keep him with his clothes on. I think like what was it? Yeah, the one with his fan. I like that one. It also gives like the illusion of tummy with his wet shirt and all.
It does look. It is something that I noticed. Like he looks like he's fat when he's wearing the clothes.
Yeah.
I even though he doesn't when he's like this, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe it's just because
it's the
white clothes.
Apparently.
The what?
It's the Ulan effect where you can't tell if they're supposed to be built like that, and then they take their shirt off and they're built like a. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
they're like shredded.
They're fucking shredded. Yes.
Yeah, I used to like this character when I was like first starting off with Housamo, and then they didn't do anything interesting with him forever, so he just kind of.
Because he died, sort of.
He had his variant though. And then
but his variant was like super early also, like it was like 2019 at the start, so it was like he died a year ago in the story or something, or 2 years ago.
Yeah, so like nothing happened with him ever.
We don't
Isn't it
talk
funny,
about
like,
Saturday.
everyone else who died got revived in some way, like Zabanya and fucking Demiurge. But like Oniwaka's just like, what about me? I was the first one here. Poor dude.
I'm pretty sure Demiurge only existed to see if people would pull an alt by a different artist or some shit. It had to have been some sort of weird some weird test. I don't know, because it feels like he shouldn't have existed, to be honest.
Kind of, yeah. They could have put an Ophion, but then they made this Demiurge thing. I sort of see
I
what you
think
mean.
Bomb Bomb. So you can go.
No, I was just thinking, Life Wonder is being careful about like what's called the audience reaction and not being cancelled because they decided to make
Yeah.
an Ophion ult without Gamma.
Yeah,
It's fair enough.
I think
I'm-
they're too powerful for that at this point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly why they also did the thing with Teramighty.
I don't think anyone's
so-
going to counter for Tamer Mighty, but it was nice that they started with her. But yeah.
Yeah, so it was easier to just do it with a Bomb character than any other artist, because he actually works there. And also has like a million characters.
I think
Oh,
Bomb
I
is like a little embarrassed of Oniwaka's existence, considering that like the only reason why he's designed like this is because Kango is already in the game.
I think he probably likes Oniwaka even if he made that mistake, considering he didn't have to make this fan art and he didn't have to make it that horny.
I
Incorrect.
think
Oniwaka
it's like low-key sunk cost for the Oniwaka fans, all 10 of them.
I mean, I feel like I see a decent amount of
I feel like
artists,
Oniwaka is decently popular, yes.
Yeah,
It has that
but like if he
chapter 3 effect of nostalgia effect of people who played through the first chapters and stopped and then returned and then returned.
yeah, I'm just saying
Also-
though, if he wasn't like
Thanks for Ophion.
if he wasn't like this popular, then his second variant probably wouldn't be here right now. In any case, oh,
We did it.
Oh, hello. We did it. We stalled for enough time.
Hey, awesome. Welcome,
Oh.
welcome back. Now we
Yeah,
know.
I was wondering why I was wondering why the lighting was changing. I was like flicking through the images, and then I realized that they actually changed the environment. It's like cloudy and rainy, and so it's what there's like water splashing, and the lighting is a bit dimmer.
Alright, welcome
Yeah,
back.
so I figured out this hotspot thing. Yeah, my ISP went out just now,
Oh,
so
shit.
I'm just using my phone as a hotspot. What do I have to talk about? Ophion?
no,
you wanna-
we're
You
still
can
on
talk about
Oniwaka.
Oniwaka if you want.
Yeah,
Oh. Is this thing like copy buffs?
Yeah.
I've never actually really like cared about it. Hmm. I don't really know how much I like copy buffs, especially when it's like gated behind 100 CP. I mean, I guess it's like whatever, when he starts with 50 CP, but I kind of wish he just started with 100,
Yeah, hence, if you're desperate, you can move him to Exters and then make him have that equipment on him to get his charge instantly.
I mean,
But
I guess it's only
Big
like 5
desperation.
levels in the CP guild affiliation thing, so that's one way to band-aid that.
it's so weird
And he's
too,
already in
because
the
it's-
berserkers,
It's not
so
like
you don't need to
a,
like switch them out.
it's not like a Matsumara or what's called. There's like a few other units that are just close to 100 CP, but not quite there because they want to get like Moritaka, right? Valentine Moritaka. They want to attack once before they get the charge. Like, there's no reason for him to stall for one turn. I don't understand why he doesn't have to charge right away. Very silly.
So you gotta turn to like load up all your teammates with buffs, and then you can copy them. Oh,
You mean so that they run out first? Okay.
just
Yeah. Anyway,
This thing He's fucking boring, dude. It's Magic Range DPS and Board Viper. There's nothing else to talk about.
So, the word has been said. Let's get out of here. Do you want to read the chat now? Who was covering this topic? I already forgot who was covering this topic. Was this Harvey? This was Harvey.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's hope people didn't talk too much about this guy. We know they probably did. Okay. Okay, there we go, Loki. Sending Hinami to the mines to drive whenever. Yeah, they should. Loki gets sad and get his pool kit again. Can go Oniwaka. There he is, Oniwaka. Ooh, let's go, Oniwaka. Oh wait, the actual good 5-star of the banner. Wedding Shiva, but actually good. Wedding Shiva? I don't get the comparison. That thing was like...
Does Shiva copy buffs? I don't even remember.
Did he have copy buffs? God, he might have.
Ugh.
Like on move or something.
I don't know. He had no amps on him natively, so it's like he was kind of the most mid out of all the Shivas we had.
Yeah, I don't think he even had like any all range shit either.
It was all along that right?
No, he had spread buffs on move, I think.
That's actually more useful than this.
Okay, you gotta look at chat again. I'm so sad I got Ophion instead of Oniwaka, god damn it. The tease, he's so close yet so far. Why is Oniwaka get slop art? He was like back in 2020 with bad art for 5-star, now is also flop. Yeah, I didn't say this before, but like the pose between him and like Nikunabe is like the exact same. If you like look at their portrait back to back, it's really funny.
Yeah, Carney was mentioning that he picked the wrong spot when he was playing with the Oniwaka. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing the same like winky smile face too.
It's just like opposite eye twink. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Oops, Olaf and Doshi leans over you from the side, bombing me. I'm surprised how short it was. He's sinking. That was better review.
Yeah.
I'm falling.
To the depths with
His
you.
kit is good, but then I look at art, I just can't bring myself to use him. Honestly, I don't care too much anymore, because like, when you bring Anita in, you're just looking at their icon. You don't look at their body, right? So it's like, whatever, man. Nothing matters anymore. SMH. He's surprisingly high value for my account in spite of how little I care for him. I haven't tested it out much, but I could probably run a mindless auto team with him. Yeah, he has a good amount of like CP gen in his kit, so you can just like he'll clear eventually, basically. But I think in the grand scheme of things, like Musakata will also auto win, probably faster. So yeah. Waiting for the 5th Kengo unit and more development for best Shinjuku Summoner's character. Oniwaka's background is a bus stop. It appears in the story. Oh. Neat.
That's
Lamau, is it a bus stop?
That's disappointing to know it's actually a bus stop. Okay.
Public indecency.
Thought it was like
You
some,
will like the abs.
I don't know, some post-apocalyptic building or something. That would have been a cool theme. Not whatever this Tempe Lantern thing is.
Oniwaka would have been so good if he had like a flatter stomach to contrast with Kengo a bit. Whatever. Oniwaka is your childhood friend in the event, so of course it's a bus stop. Too fat but ripped when shirt off. We just did mention you on. I'll remember them later. I said it was more not. Okay. Sad face. I'm still surprised Harvey liked Oniwaka. Lol, I figured him being in a Pindoshi at a bus stop still looks funny to me. Yeah. Thought he was a furry all the way. Yeah, you don't know anything about me then. Okay. Sabadia got better story than Seaside Fashionista, while Oniwaka got nothing in with the Ogre, Capacity of Heart, and with the Orgy. I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Seaside's Fashionista didn't have the greatest story, but I guess it is technically more memorable than whatever happened with the Ogre. Literally don't remember what happened other than they were throwing beans at, like, ugly Kagutsuchi at some point. Okay, we're done here. So finally, we're going to be talking about the last topic. Let's revitalize the energy as it trails off at the end of the stream for Ophion, or Ophion, depending on your preferred pronunciation. This is going to be covered by our now returned Belk Housamo. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, so this is our first world variant unit that we've had in a while. So I think a lot of people are pulling for this character to fill up their support slots. But yeah, like, this is a character that's drawn by Gamma G, but, well, this is like the first variant of a character drawn by Gamma G, but that does not mean that Gamma is back. It's more so that Life Wonders has finally decided this year to let other artists take over other artists' characters. We saw that with Mighty and Bomb Bomb in the Valentine event, but the Gamma G situation is a lot more awkward. So this is kind of like we're really going places now, with like letting other artists take over. Unfortunately for fans of Ophion, Ophion kind of landed into the more like supportive, defensive role of the pair for events, for this event. In the sense that there's been this pattern recently where each banner, one 5-star acts as like the defensive support, the other is like some nuker DPS, and it's supposed to match like the event farming being like defense versus offense oriented, and Ophion is defensive but not really for himself. It's more so for his allies. So for his first skill, he gets Guts and Combo to himself, and he also applies. He also gives everybody CP on the board, but only 20 on phase start. I guess that's all right. The second skill, whenever he misses, he applies protection to only allies, and then he heals 10% of HP to allies. And this is at an 80% rate. And then he also does an on-miss of 16 CP to allies at a 90% rate. His third skill is that he gives defense up to allies in a 2-square radius. And then on miss, he can heal HP again, but this time also to himself and to allies adjacent. That's at a lower rate of 70%. And then his fourth skill, actually, his third skill, he also has this bind resistance, which can be useful when it comes up. And then for his fourth skill, he applies prayer to everybody on the board when he appears. On this skill DB, it has this conditional of HP greater than or being equal to 90%, but that might just be some wiki weirdness, so I had to ignore it. It doesn't really matter anyways, because I don't think there's a way to appear with less than 100% HP, but who knows. And then on turn start, if Ophion's HP is greater than or equal to 90%, he gives himself and allies Glint, Concentration, Nullify debuff. And it's in a pretty big radius, actually. It's in a 3-square radius. So on entry into like a battle, this Glint's concentration nullify debuff will actually hit everybody on the board. It's effectively like, the entire board. With like the starting position being fixed now. His CS is blow range, and it has a nice before hitting any CS hit, applying combo to himself so he can miss again after the CS happens. And on the actual hit, he'll apply crit plus and crit plus to himself and give fear to enemies. The ones he hits in with this blow range CS, and the ones in a 2 square diamond radius around them. So yeah, the defensive part of this kit is that he is giving protection and defense up to his allies, but it's not really for himself. It's kind of a bad thing when this kit revolves around his HP being bigger than or equal to 90%. He can heal himself with the on miss part, but the rate is shaky if you don't have the prayer, glinting concentration. I think for the most part you'll probably have that up or find a way to patch that up. In terms of offensive support, it is nice to have a 30% rate up. It's not like a thing that is particularly new, in the sense that even like going way back, like you have like Somna 4-star with like the Arc Prayer AR, and you move them to give everybody Lynn's concentration and prayer. But this one for Ophion is more refreshable in the sense that it's on turn start, the glint and concentration. So if you look at other people like Shisa and Ulan, I think those are like effectively only 3 turn long effects.
I think Ulan's might only be like 2 turns effectively, and Shisa's might be 3 turns.
Yeah. So like Ophion has like this sort of advantage where you can like keep going on for the glint and concentration part, at least. The prayer you can't really refresh outside of like doing some weird like Fafnir stuff. It's kind of underwhelming, to be honest, this character. I don't think there's like anything amazeballs about the stuff we're seeing here. You can play it pretty solidly. Like, it's nice to have a 30% rate buff if you have a character with shaky rates or somebody who's gambling with stuff. I think the main thing I dislike is this 90% HP conditional when Ophion isn't particularly protecting himself. But yeah, it's a kit. And I guess he's at least world. That's a somewhat defensive attribute. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say.
I like how chill.
I like how much he heals.
Yeah.
You know who would like that healing? He who must not be named.
That's a lot of units.
Out of 4 units, the I don't know. I can't think of the joke.
That's actually a lot of units. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Are you talking about?
I could think of
Elder Salomonis or something.
Elder Salomonis.
I figured.
He would love to have more percentage healing.
He really doesn't need percentage healing. He's doubling his health, which actually counts as healing too. Once he reaches his cap, it actually just like builds up thing.
If proc rates like affected these pseudo skills, like the a butler thing that Elder Solomon gives to his allies. This would have been like pretty funny to work with, but and then no, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So, yeah,
he clamors for Elder Solomon to be even stronger. It's
I'm just saying it would have been funny. Would have been a little silly even. But yeah, the scene just kind of it exists. Like literally on the field, like all he does is like sit there and he gives your team a bunch of like healing and some bonuses if he's near full HP. Like, okay, thanks for the proc rates, I guess, and thanks for the nullify debuff. 1 stack, 1 proc of it. It's fine. This unit's like fine.
We did actually do like a double clear with him and Demiurge for Clash Invaders, and I was like, I mean, like the problem with Demiurge is that like, you know, his rates were kind of like bad, right? You had to do like skill seed, and then like, you know, add like Glinter concentration or like the guild buff, right? So like him and Ophion variant, right? It cleared fine. It's like Demiurge gets his like 3 things, and then you just move Demiurge, and it worked. It's not like super fancy, but it worked.
It's thematic, I guess. I don't even remember the low rates of Demiurge. Does he actually have low rates?
His like buff refreshing is like at 80% or something. It's stupid. I forget.
Does he not start with any rate ups or?
He has.
He has prayer.
Oh, it's just a skill.
Oh, he has prayer already.
You must.
But yeah, it's like. But I was like, I was missing some other stuff on him. What? I think I know why. Because like, you have to keep moving him, or else the harder function go away. Yeah, that's unrelated. But yeah, it's like, I guess like Ophion is good if, you know, outside of like the fact that we already had people like Shisa and Ulan. It's like if you don't want to dip into like having to skill seed and do guild affiliation buffs, having like a board-wide prayer is pretty nice. And like an effectively board-wide Glinton concentration is good too. The other thing is that Shisa and Ulan are like non-debuff strength things or something, right? So there's like a bit of a conditional thing.
You can also combine them together to go on for some reason. Yeah, Ophion's not really gonna break the game for the most. He's convenient for a lot of these units with awkward percent ranges like 60 or 70%, like Loki. But otherwise, he's kind of just like, he's a really good slot filler. If you're done with your team after 3 units, plug in Ophion, it's probably gonna be much better. It's probably just like able to improve.
I don't know about much better.
Well, more reliable and tankier, safer to heal. You know, all the good stuff in case you're not killing instantly for whatever reason. Pretty much he does everything except for make your team offensively stronger. And
you can double stack on. Yeah, you see, you have him there, Gandalva. You can have him do his 1 billion damage.
Yeah, that's the main synergy, right? With Gandalva's ass rates, he kind of pairs up with them quite nicely. Well, not really, but you know, it's okay. The
1 billion damage. But yeah, you could use this with what's his face Fenrir to guarantee his almost guarantee his awakening, and also get a good chance, or not good, a okay chance for something so powerful of his damage reversal on turn 1. So you could do that, and that would be but you would just rather use Smoky God at that point, probably.
Well, considering his advantages to be able to apply it every turn instead of every phase, Ophion might be more useful for a broader variety of quests, for things that aren't just instant wiping, but survival related, or I don't know.
Yeah, with Fenrir, like, you're going to be around the block for a while, so Ophion is actually probably better in the long run.
Yep. So yeah, plug him in and play for pretty much any team except for one that exploits debuffs on your own team, because he's just going to get in the way of that with an Nullify debuff. But other than that, like, it's such a generous range, you don't even really need to think about positioning for the most, since he's in the corner sitting, just gleefully helping out his wife with the rest of his team.
Did anyone complain about the when appearing if HP is greater than or equal to 90%?
I don't
Right.
know why that conditional is there.
I feel like it's just like something about the wiki parsing wrong. I don't know if it's actually in the character description, but it felt like a thing with like the wiki.
What if they have ambush missions where they finally reduce us to 1 HP instantly?
Please let it
Before
happen.
anything can
Please
trigger.
killing it.
Isn't one
until I
appearing
can't
like the fastest trigger timing though, and we have priority because we're at the first.
It is,
maybe
yeah.
not, though.
They can make
I mean,
a
I
new one.
hope it is the first. Like, if you have an ambush mission where like none of your units really matter because they can't even trigger their skills, that's bad.
Imagine it's designed for ambush quests and it's entirely just when appearing skills and nothing else.
Oh, I forgot to say that. It's like the subset of like defensive units that have like kind of shaky evasion rates at like 70%, 80%.
Yeah,
Or like
C would be good
80%.
for that, yeah.
Like, yeah, like base Yasuyori 4 and base Ipakli 4. So you can like kind of throw them in with like Ophion. I think Jin, Xmas Jin, it's kind of similar, but I forget. Maybe you need 2 of them. But yeah, I could like kind of fathom like, you know, using some of those defensive units and then
Maybe.
they give evasion to Ophion, so you don't really have to worry about the 90% conditional.
Yeah, there's a few units that can exploit it. It certainly makes long-term tanking more viable in terms of reliability, because tank turtle strategies just have this awful imperative to never be guaranteed. Like healing always at 70% for whatever fuck reason. So Ophion can patch that up a bit, because healing is so important in this game, of course.
Yeah, if you like tank for 500 turns, you're gonna run into like the worst case scenario eventually.
Yeah.
It's not really 500 turns, but you know, like 70 or so.
Yeah. Okay, I
I feel
think
like-
we've run out of steam for this unit, unless someone else has something to say.
I feel like everyone has already said everything outside of like the first thing I saw when I thought when I saw this unit kit when it came out. I was like, this unit is a defensive unit but does not have any defense for itself. It was kind of weird. I don't know why they do this. I feel like so this was already talked about, but like, why?
So they have weak points, air quotes.
This is how they keep selling copies of Kanon Tangura.
No.
No one is using that anymore. But yeah, it's just kind of weird. Like, he's a 5-star. Like, he can get defense for himself as well. Like,
Yeah, it's
tenacity, or even a fucking Mecha Man or something.
Give him one
I don't know.
debuff medication for himself. I don't know why he's so naked.
He literally only has guts, and that's it.
He's
Just
roll
guts.
type
Okay.
and has a lot of HP stats. He'll be fine. He's healing 10% every turn, and technically that could be 20% for the first 2. He'll be fine.
Wow, he has like no skins. He has just the 1 skin, but then Oniwaka gets like 8 variations.
Oh right, we
That's
forgot to
crazy.
talk about the art. Fucking, I kind of hate this.
Bad.
This is the long-awaited Ophion art, and he's doing the exact same pose as this 3-star. Like, I got you wanted to make sure it wouldn't fail, but like this is a bit too safe.
Why does his vegetable platter? Well, first off, why does he have a vegetable platter and is that an eggplant?
Yes, it
Because-
is an excellent.
Ophion is
Yeah, that is one eggplant in there.
Cucumbers and tomatoes. Wow. That
I
is
think the
a
art
Mecha
looks
Man.
alright.
It's fine.
It's not.
I like how
the funniest thing, it just means
Doofy
that
the fish
they're-
look.
They're getting in practice for the future Gamma characters. So,
Well, I'd be happy to
No,
see you a
oh.
variant. So
I'm
Go
pretty
ahead
sure
and
they saw.
I
So we're
think
all
they
pulling
did a
for
pretty
Beowulf
good
variant,
job.
right? We're all pulling for Beowulf.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, one
His
is
voice
pulling
actor came in
Beowulf.
for the AR. Yeah, it's happening soon. Get ready for it.
Oh, you mean
No.
what's his face? Yamaguchi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can he do more content of characters I specifically like?
It's Beowulf. Sorry.
Actually, it's Hanuman. It's over.
Oh,
it's, I just thought of him because like he's on the relationship with Ophion. I was like, that's the same voice actor. It was kind of like one of the guesses for the hints at the time because there was one Bob-omb and the R was from his.
Yeah, Yamaguchi's voice acting ranges from pretty cool to iconic to actually extremely annoying and grating, and it's just there's no in between.
don't be mean to Teddy.
No one wants to hear MC1's voice.
I mean, I like
It's,
Teddy,
it is
so...
it's also a little disappointing that I think this is like explicitly younger Ophion and not the older one.
Oh yeah, they fucking deleted Older I Find. That's hilarious.
They hate old men.
I guess it's fine
just-
because like his 5-star base is already old Ophion, so this is like a
Yeah, but it's
swap
bad.
now.
His
Yeah.
5-star is an old
Pretty
line.
sure-
It's like exception, or I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's not old. Let's be honest here. It's not old. Some random feral ass Ophion.
I'm pretty sure the majority, if not all, Ophion fans only care about the young Ophion. No one.
That's also true.
So it doesn't matter. Everyone wants their dragon husband to keep calling them wife over and over again.
Yeah, that's also true. Just a little unfortunate though. Like even then, he doesn't have like any skin. Basically, it's just like the one with the robe, and that's it.
Covered up.
It looks fine, I guess, but like fucking Oniwaka's greedy ass with 8 skins. All right.
Why does he have so many variations? So just like glasses on, glasses off shit. Jesus.
Yeah, it's like
He
in
only
his
has, like-
different outfit and Sunny and Rainy.
The weather changes for his skin. That's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, it changes the lighting slightly, and then it's like actually visibly raining. The bottom of it is like splashing, so the sparkles go
This
away.
is-
So there's a decent number of changes, honestly, for
This
what
will-
it is.
This is the payoff of letting someone else do the Taro Mighty variant, so we could get 3 different types of Oniwakas.
Yeah, he has like 7 skins.
It's crazy for someone that doesn't have some sort of alter ego or some dumb bullshit excuse like Takamaru's glasses. Or has some alt like Astaroth versus Astarte. He's literally just a guy and has 8 skins.
Yeah, it's like with his clothes off, wiping himself, fanning himself in the base one, and then Sunny and Rainy. And then it has him with clothes doing the same, which is weird because then he's wiping himself off with his clothes
He's
on.
wiping the clothes on.
Why are we talking about Oniwaka and Ophion's section?
Oniwaka.
And we talked about Ophion during Oniwaka's section. You guys gotta pick a lane.
Because
How did it turn to Oniwaka anyway?
something about mentioning the number of art pieces they got.
Oh right, because Ophion doesn't have much skins. Well, I'm pretty sure
We'll have our
as it was
scraps.
said. I'm pretty sure it was said already, and they didn't want to
Okay, guys,
change things up too much. I don't know.
we should take the lead and close this off.
Yeah, I'll
for
read the
Milk's poor
comments.
data connection. Yeah.
There's too many comments.
Oh.
Okay, go on.
Oh, here's the good 5-star. We got fucking Takemaru and his story. Opioids. Ophion Alton. Al. Husband, daddy, dearest is here. Boring. Bark, bark, bark. Woof, woof, woof. Rah. Hi guys,
about
it's been a long
expected.
time. Ophion gets an alt and then he's forgotten next event. Skip. At least he got his time to shine. Also shine with that good kit. Ahab alter soon? Maybe. I think Ahab's a little hard to like nail down like stylistically when it comes to like Gamma G's art where it's like very detailed, but we shall see. I think they kind of did a pretty good job with Ophion, to be honest, for like being true for the most part to what Ophion looked like, but people can disagree. The Zaddy we all waited. Happy for the Ophion fans, lol. Notice how he only changes his undie because he's perfect already. My brother favorite blood brothers. Ophion supporting from corner of room. Even he would suck, he still must have. Oh hey, footage of his CS potential. I really miss him a lot. The ultimate wife guy would be the ultimate supporter after all. Combo so he hits twice, thus activating his on-miss twice, isn't it? Yeah, like he has combo so that it's like a in fish for his of on-miss effects twice. And the combo on his CS means that even when he does a blow CS, he can at least still fit in like one on-miss effect. Surprise stream, what a surprise. What's Ophion's best in stat teammates? Best in slot teammates? I don't think he really built around Ophion. I think Ara put it pretty like succinctly where you have 3 units, you just slap Ophion in. Like have him boost the character's rates. You know, if they have those issues anyways. The prayer skill is our hopium for him. You gotta glaze the man. He came back with milk. I like how he has on-miss triggers. It's cool. He heals too. He has protection as well. There is something happening here, just nothing much. This should have been old Ophion, not young Ophion. I still haven't read the event, so maybe there's like some lore about like why there's this justification.
They did justify it, I think. I don't know what it was though, but there is a justification for it.
Okay, so there's like a reason if you read the story. So God Azathoth is good with him as well since he heal a lot. I don't actually use that character because I don't have him in.
I think the
I don't
timing
think anybody wants
out.
to put him onto support.
I think the HP conditional is on like move phase end, which is earlier than the on miss heal, so I don't think they'll really compensate for it unless he doesn't.
Which?
What's called God Azathoth. He has the HP conditional thing for his what's called board wide debuffs, if you remember.
It's after. Well, his HP decreases after moving, I think. So if he moves first and then he misses, then I think he shouldn't have full HP for the next turn. Oh no, but he also has move phase.
Yeah, I have the kit up, and Azathoth's HP conditional is like the turn start thing for the awakening. But the move phase end stuff, the debuffs, do not have an HP conditional, but they are just set to like 0% for their proc rate.
I see.
So technically, if Azathoth doesn't have full HP on turn start, you have Ophion and he boosts it to like a 30% rate. You know, you can like still fish for it, basically.
Azathoth just can't get hit either way still. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like if you get hit, you have like a chance of like still applying it.
Even then though, because it's on miss, it happens after move phase end triggers, which are what Azathoth's skills are around. So yeah, if you don't let him get hit, he'll be full HP.
Okay, I'll move on. It's hilarious that they gave the hard fans willing to get CS 100 a pretty crazy reward for a unit with such low attack.
Yeah, it's crazy how low range it is and how unusable it is otherwise.
Yeah, it's a below range CS, unfortunately. I mean, I guess The multiplier will look funny. The crits plus and crit plus plus, but yeah, it's only 1650 attack. He's just an okay buffer, but Ophion after all, so he's just gonna sell 1 Ophion units. Tank support, you got this, wife. I got your back from right over here. Overall, I like how universal he is. What he provides is useful for pretty much any team that has enough cost for him. Yeah, he definitely can be popped into a bunch of teams. That's not a bad thing. Like, you know, if a lot of people are pulling on this banner for him, like rejoining the game for him, it's nice that he like fits with other people's favorite characters, I think. Is that a microaggression on our boy? No, that was referring to Mr. Worldwide. During the story, he's grilling vegetables near a river, but he's a dummy and fell in. In Felon, LMAO, he's joining a water gun fight. Low-key all arts in this event is okay. Besides Tasaburo, his art is great. Details. There's still Old Man Yaoi. God, I hate that he calls his wife every other sentence. Shut up. He got 2 flavors of robe this time around, which is a star, I guess. Since Hell has been heavily teased in Loki as an Alp's character quest, I suppose Garmer Alt is next.
One can only hope.
It could be. It could also just be like Hell being a new character, but we shall see. Now Makara, Temujin, and Azazel variants. Okay, Azazel is Shuko, so you have to complain to Shuko for that.
I know Milk is.
Yeah, because I think they'll probably like, you know, keep Shuko on for his characters. I don't really see him like lending out another artist like Bob did to Teramighty, but we shall see. Because technically Shuko is like freelance, so you could technically do like variants of his characters if they wanted him to do it now. But yeah, I want my Dom male wife. Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much for opening your heart to us about wanting a Dom male wife. Alright, we're gonna close off the stream now. Real quick though. What are your thoughts on this past little while? And I guess also, what are your thoughts on joining a discussion stream after so long here?
Oh, you're asking me specifically?
Yeah, I mean, you're asking them then.
I mean, you personally or anyone else, if you don't have much to say. Everyone, right? This is open discussion, guys. No, we're not.
I mean, it's everyone but me. I joined for the last one, so.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, I think this is actually kind of an exciting banner in the sense that mainly just like Ophion getting a variant for so long, you know, it was like forever a meme. And then like, you know, if you're a fan of like a Gamma G character, who again is not back, the artist is not back, they're just like finally relaxing that their like self-imposed limitation they had on themselves where each artist only draws their own character. Like that's kind of exciting, you know, like there is some characters who are just like and completely forgotten or like in these like weird artist situations, and you know, maybe we can get Makara and stuff. I think this event's pretty nice in the sense that I think it's fairly clear that Life Wonders has put effort into it. I think people like the story, and you know, there's the whole vocal music thing.
Yeah. The vocal music beginning is quite pretty.
Like this isn't, you know, the wedding event, or it just felt like run of the mill, you know, or like very rote. I think this is like kind of like, you know, like substantially unique compared to like the regular events we've had in this game.
Yeah, I bet the stops are pulled.
I'm pretty sure that this is also supposed to be like kind of a successor to the Go-Go events in terms of like story rating. So I guess that's kind of neat. But yeah, I think this banner is pretty good in general in terms of like what it entails. You know, we have the bomb here, but also like the Gamer President, and also like Tasaburo's artist is actually like finally making a unit. I think before this they were doing mostly ARs. They did the Vapula Abdustrious one, they did the Japalan one, and I think they might have done something else, but it's not coming to my mind right now. But yeah, nice to see them finally make a unit, and he's like decently popular too, so yay.
I think the banner was pretty good overall. Like, I don't think there were any real. I actually put it downsides to it. Like, I feel like it catered to most people, like the old fans that got stuck in chapter 1, the new fans that gained some appreciation for Loki, and I was going to say Tuer Shen, but honestly, I don't think Tuer Shen got that much to see appreciation. So
he got a fish.
In any case, it's good that he's appearing in the story again after a while, because he didn't really play that big of a role previously, if any. And Tasaburo is a nice addition, new artist.
Christian's role in the story was okay, kind of. In chapter 16? You disagree?
Wasn't his only thing just like throwing up? That's it.
I mean, after he threw up, they used them essentially as like a drug test dog, the sniff dog, to find where the evil corrupt base of Kern was.
Oh,
right. And there was like some. It was a pretty clever invention in terms of him working with another sparkle dog. What's his name again? Fucking Heilong Yichuan. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He would what's it called? Shen would find it, and then Heilong Yichuan would guarantee safety because of his role to be the last one to always survive or some shit like that. And so that would make them safely uncover their base without getting lost to, plot device-ing. But I do think, even though it was a good role, it was very much just a role in terms of perfunctory, and not actually much about the character itself, which is...
It also could have easily been skipped, to be honest. But yeah, it's not that this event is super crucial or anything, but it's nice to finally get some more of these, not really obscure, but kind of characters that we don't know much about, since that's what events are for after all. And happy for the Ophion and Oniwaka. I think, that's pretty much it. I'm just a little bit bummed that there was no free unit to get out of this event, but I guess that's just how it goes. It's in a 5-unit banner or some shit. They didn't really have... Usually when we get a free unit, it's like... Actually, I don't remember the last time we got free units, but I do have a vague idea that it's usually... Yeah, and who else was in that banner? Were there like other 4 variants, I think? Yes. And was there a new unit there? No, there wasn't. It was just Cinderella, I think. So yeah. Anyway, pretty disappointed there wasn't a free unit, but I guess they're saving that for summer too, if it even exists, or for even later.
It's already autumn, or about to be autumn.
Sorry, summer 2 in Housamo starts in September.
Halloween, but it's Halloween, but it's summer.
I mean, yeah, they can just do another.
I mean, they did Christmas, but it's summer.
Yeah. Also, Tez Festival was like supposed to be like an end of summer event, but it still counted at summer, and that started like what? September, October. I don't know when that started. That started pretty late, so it can still happen.
To be honest, I kind of get it. In the sense that September in Tokyo is still like 95 degrees Fahrenheit, like 30 degrees Celsius.
That is pretty hot.
Probably.
Yeah.
It was like just 37 degrees in the UK only a few days ago, so.
It was only for like
It
1
was.
day.
Yeah, but that's insufferably hot, not pretty hot.
True. That's
And above
global warming hot.
40 is just the
No,
worst.
I see.
I think this event theme sucks. There you go. Everyone's been too
right.
positive about this event.
I don't even know what the event theme
Fundoshis.
is. I mean, yes,
The
Fundoshis
preview-
isn't our shit.
So lame.
Preview
Like,
was like cool, and then it feels like they
Yeah.
dropped the ball with whatever
Like,
bullshit this was.
like, I heard about the event theme and I was like, oh wow, like going over something to do with like wars in a old bygone period. Wow, cool. Wow, Tasaburo looks cool. And then all the variants are just fucking Fundoshi. It's like, what? What does this have to do with that era? And then the alt skins aren't even that interesting either. They're just casual clothes, like basically like hot spring, like after hot spring clothes. Like it's a terrible theme for the variants. So that's a
You're
shame.
talking about that. I was talking about like the music mostly.
Yeah, I meant the theming of the variant designs. I've actually only heard the vocal song that was in the first one they showed during the teaser. I haven't actually heard the other ones, and I thought it was weird that they were like, ooh, we got the singer, and then in that teaser there weren't actually any lyrics, so it was a bit weird. But vocals are cool, I guess, or can be cool.
It
Yeah.
would be cool if I didn't need the music. But yes, it is cool.
Battle theme. It's something. And
Still
by
haven't
something
heard
I
it.
mean it sucks. Loki.
Can't wait for you
Like,
to upload it, Milk, so I can finally hear it. for the first time.
Thematically, it might be the same as like the Jurassic Summer music. So maybe it has some like narrative
It's-
significance. It probably doesn't, but you know.
Who knows?
I spent like 10, not 10, I spent like 2 tickets on this banner. So I wanted to see if I could like snatch anyone good, like Tasaburo.
And you have
And I did get
Tasaburo for.
Tasaburo. Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, I only spent like 5 or 10 tickets on both accounts, and one got Tasaburo 3 and the other one got nothing. I was like, yeah, whatever. I just wait until Christmas.
Zalgus, you're a Zimiquird mod. Give me the Tasaburo spark roll. Otherwise,
I mean,
Someone probably
Otherwise, I'll
already-
Photoshop. No, I don't think anyone's made it yet for him. It's like all Ophion and shit.
Oh,
I mean, I don't think anyone would notice if I did that.
Yeah, give me that shit.
There are Ophion, Oniwaka, and Tour Shen rules. So
Someone spot
That
the
is-
Shen.
someone sparked for Tour Shen, yes.
I mean,
That was surprising when I added the rule.
sparking for a permanent unit would be something else, honestly. So I kind of understand why Tasaburo's not in it yet. But that said, it's a good thing we're not publicly streaming this for previous recording, so that there's no evidence left behind that we're conniving getting out of a false road.
Who cares? I'll rat out your roll too, Ara. Don't try me.
There's no evidence. Shh, there's no evidence. No evidence. But yeah, we'll sort that out later. Yeah. Well, I'm glad as an aside, not really related to Oso, I'm glad you guys, Harvey and Milk, are having more successes and more interesting conversations with Boss so far. Seems like you're having quite the late night streams discussing about all sorts of things with it. I'm trying out the game so far right now during this event, since I kind of dropped it shortly before this event. It's okay. I kind of like the new card system, but still don't really know how to do anything besides autoing everything. So
This is
Hold
because he has
on.
not pulled any killer units.
Did you pull a new banner or?
I did not pull on it, or I didn't think anyone was that strong based on when you were talking on in the last stream on it. But
Makes
also,
sense.
I
it's
mean,
not like I-
Royka is very good, but the other guy is a brick, a blue brick.
what does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
He sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever bricked a device, that's basically just the same definition for units. Like, breaking just means they're
Oh,
bad,
I see.
and they don't
So,
do anything for your
throughout your account or something.
like a
Gotcha.
waste of
Yeah,
space.
the
basically.
joke is that you've ruined your account by bricking it, which, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't pull too much for it. I kind of just pulled a tiny bit because the bull guy looked cute, and I got a sidekick, so that's good enough.
Well,
I mean, his
hopefully,
sidekick's good, so.
hopefully Anniversary will treat you well. At least you got some stuff for the login bonuses, I think.
Yeah, I've been logging in for the most, except for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, so I kind of stopped because like, why am I logging in? The shit is just auto, and it's gonna be auto until Anniversary, but then it'll be fun, surely. Well,
I mean,
thought...
technically, if you manage to snipe Royka, you could probably get going. Actually, you would definitely be able to get going, because with Royka alone, you could F-barrel through
I'm
everything.
not gonna... That's, literally you're telling me just to pull a 5-star, like, calm down.
Meta-slaving.
Seriously, calm down.
Literally.
I, literally wasted all my entire horde for Mascado and Eldritch Ominous, and I didn't even get them, so I'm not too enthusiastic about doing that again for Law. Especially since my resources are low for that, too.
Oh yeah, there's also a new story that came out, or not story.
Right, I need
translation.
to, the translation, right, for chapter 3 onwards. I have yet to do it because I just haven't been feeling motivated, but I'll get to it, for sure.
Also, your stamina needs to be used on the event.
Yeah, I'm using it for the event, to be honest.
This does mean, however, he hasn't unlocked the office.
No, I'm just collecting all this,
right.
like,
Well-
office-related items that I can't use. Very sad.
Eventually, maybe in a year and a half.
Wait,
you'll
is
get
it
there.
still not unlockable in the first? Okay, whatever. Jeez.
Forgot when it gets to that point. But yeah, it takes. It'll take a while for you to get all the stuff. But just be here for the journey, I guess.
I feel like I'm playing one of
Don't think
those
about the gadgets too much.
NFT games that's just like, you're supposed to do this and eventually you'll make money. And it's supposed to be fun, but it's not, because the goal is to eventually be able to do something with this account. But I still can't. God damn it.
Well, just know that I did offer you like an actual account with good units on it.
That's also why he said reroll.
That's cheating, though.
In any case, oh yeah, have you been doing like the score attack quests?
I've been autoing them. I got an S for the first one, and then I got a B for the second, and then I got a C and got 0 rewards for the third. I was like, okay, I've tried.
Okay.
I've done everything I could. And
There's a lot of rewards and it's very easy, so.
Yeah, I think the
done it.
bonuses from like getting all the cards helps you out a bit, but you also do need to like think about your team somewhat. What supports have you been using?
The Pupper Steer, the rare one, I think, another. I forgot.
Somebody's Annie Puppet.
Maybe don't
Wait,
use
Nether?
that.
I don't know this. It's the one that looks like a soldier.
Okay, so it's Ether, very good. Well, slightly better.
Marginally
Okay.
better.
Anyway, we're not here to help me build my account. I'm just giving description. It seems like you guys are having
Hey,
fun
if
with your
Harvey
stream.
is allowed to use his stream to gossip for like an hour afterwards, we can do. Even though he's already
that's
here.
Harvey's idea. I like some gossip, but like, 2 hours, that's Harvey's thing. I respectfully will leave that to their discussions. You should join the discussion sometime, Zalgus.
No, I'm incapable of thought for that game because I don't. I'm
sure.
too foolish.
We'll
I'm
do
not
other
there.
things probably. If I ever get around to doing that. Right now I'm like hella busy with shit though, so it might take a bit.
Well, in any case, you guys are always welcome back here for regular Housamo discussions, even though it's not nearly as stimulating. Because, we can have fun discussions too, even if we're just shitting on the same shit. But yeah, I'm happy you guys are here, I guess is the main idea. Thanks for showing up again after a long hiatus period.
No prob, Bob.
Alright, Steven Universe. Okay, if there's no
It's a
other
good quote.
thoughts, it is. If there's no other thoughts, I'm gonna read the chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna go read the chat now. Ophion is still a great husband. Garmer Alt for 10th anniversary. Trust, guys, trust. Gamma is never forgotten. Well, they'll certainly leave a mark in her memory. I'm not sure if it's necessarily a good legacy, but yes, I don't think Gamma will be forgotten for better or for worse. Wow, a new art with Arathun for yeah, I guess that's his name now, Arathun. Thank you so much, Connie Aoi, who was a discussion partner once upon a time, but is also the artist for this. Too bad he couldn't join today. I think he's just like busy or can't get some private space. But you know, he is also. If you're listening, you're always welcome to join too. Again, whenever. So far from what I've read, it seems to be our main quest-related event of the year. Oh, okay. So another top up Summer Mountains, because we all know how popular that event was. Hope for a new or rerun event. Honestly, yeah, rerun events would be nice. I obviously like normal events are good, but I feel like we're falling further and further behind. Like the gap between translations and being like what's new is getting larger and larger. it's kind of upsetting in terms of what's called. If I decide to skip pulling a banner like this one, when is the next I'm gonna see it? Is it gonna be before or after end of service? Like, snap, life runners. Ara with a new art I like. Welcome back, Arathun. It's me. So it's a fan service banner. That would be Dancing Saturday. It's a summer event, of course. It's fan service. Yeah.
If Dancing Saturday were really fan service, then I would have gotten my unit that doesn't blow.
He's really good at blowing though, so maybe that's why I decided that way.
No, he's not. He's like thrust.
I thought he was shot. I don't know. I'm just trying to make a sex show. I'm gonna make a sex show. Thank you for the stream, guys. Had a good week. Have a good week ahead. Thank you so much. We got work. What's called? I think one of us is out of vacation soon, so. And I'm returning back to work too. I realized I didn't have our notifications on. Oh, so you're missing streams. Gotta watch chapter 16. Yeah, you do that. I am destroying my throat and mic as usual. Everyone loves to see it when my throat gets sore. I focus my pull on Ophion, chapter 3 and event. Oh, love a hero. I actually gave in and hopped back in again. Forgot how long it takes to build your units when you're starting out though. It's as fun as I remembered though. Is that good or is that bad? What do you mean? Is it as fun as you remembered?
The previous sentence was a negative, and then the next sentence ended with a though. So I'm assuming it's leaning positive.
It's very ambiguous. I don't know. I agree with that statement. I agree. Oh, okay, maybe not. That's good at all. You know, what's it called? God, it takes forever to fucking boot up Liver here. That's actually one of the things that's turning me off.
I think it's gone slower somehow. I don't know what's happening with the servers, but I was this past week it's like the loading times have like doubled or something. It's egregious, kind of.
Like it's
but
not.
They also did like redo their engines recently because of like a new event or something.
This is like the fucking reverse of when the host mode made their game faster. It's like the reverse update. What are you doing, Life Runners? It's not a complicated game. I mean, it's more detailed than host mode, but I'm just trying to fucking switch over from the once a day quests to the, you know, repeatable quests. And then like it freezes, and then I have to like restart the game. And then sometimes I have to restart the game 2 or 3 times a day. I'm like,
okay, well that's a different problem. I don't know what's happening with your device that you're running that shit on.
But it does take like over a minute for you to log in, right? Or to like get past the title screen.
Yeah.
Like it should do. I'm like,
I have to boot up the game, and then like I wake up and like I start doing something else outside of bed.
Alright.
While it's like loading.
Anyways, hopefully that gets fixed. It's like it's testing my patience. There's a limit to my love. There's a limit to my love. All right, we can close out the stream now. So, thank you everyone for joining us in this discussion, and thank you discussion partners for being here. Long time no see. Love you all so much. And sorry, I didn't actually get a chance to talk with you much. Irby, you're gonna just stand there. I miss you too, Irby. I miss talking with you too, Irby. But yeah,
I'm so sad.
So, hey.
Very sad.
We haven't voiced chatted in a while
It's
because I've
fine.
been playing Final Fantasy. I don't got money, dude. I don't want to spend money. Maybe next expansion. We'll see. But yeah, the next content patch will probably just be either a rerun or an event. So look forward to that stream. If there's any
Anniversary. Actually, it's probably Halloween first.
anniversary, not anniversary. That's too soon. But yeah, Halloween maybe.
There's no such thing as Halloween.
And yeah, I'm not gonna be streaming the story if it is a rerun. For now, I'm only committed to streaming story events. Sorry, I'm just not in the right headspace to be fucking streaming these non-important ass dancing Saturday events. So. But yeah,
Dancing Saturday.
You leave Saturnus alone.
What do you mean? You didn't read Dancing Saturday? How can you say it's not important?
I don't know. I've heard a
It's
lot
not
about
important.
it. I've heard a lot about it. Let's just say that. Okay, thank you everyone. We're heading out now. So on 3, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.